And we are live. It's good, Josh and BL Saint. Welcome. I really want to know podcast, bro. Just doing a little bonus live. It's all good. Little bonus live. I hope you got. Hope you guys are all right. All right, here we go. Oh, just my bad. Just checking out my mic, checking out the audio. Audio's good now. It's like it's good now. It, it was a little distorted at first, but looks like it's good now. Um, it's um, it's a free Sunday. Go. I hope you guys have had a good weekend. I know here in Tampa Bay, everyone's watching the game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the Washington Commanders, and yeah, man, it's wild card games, playoffs. The Bengals didn't make it, man. We got bumped out of the playoff hunt. We needed some help, didn't get all the help we needed. The Denver Broncos made it, and then they got beat up on by Buffalo. So it is what it is. My not so little one is home. She's doing her homework. She should have did it on Friday, but you know what? That's just it's a whole nother show for a whole nother day. It's parent stuff, crazy. So I was kicking around the house on my way to get my little girl, and I saw this video. It was live at the time. So shout out to Fresh Start.
Don DeMarco.
I gotta give him a Don DeMarco, man. That's still my dude, man. Man, I like Fresh, man. Good people. Um, he started his own thing, a Fresh Start podcast. He's out there getting after it since the new year. He's been working hard doing this thing, which is what's up. You know what I mean? I remember talking to Fresh about that last year. I say, hey, bro, I had an idea for him. I said, hey, man, you should consider this. Go out. I gave him the idea. And he was like, yo, it's funny you said that, bro. I'm already working on that. So he began working on this in 2024, guys. He's just now starting to bring it to life. So shout out to him. And he had a video with Miss Locario and Casey Redbeard. That is going like, bro, I was looking at it, listening to it in the background. Like, we got to talk about it. Let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Get some indeed. Shout out to Miss AKA lady. She's like, hey. She's like, shout out to me getting a notification. Hey, what's up, girl? Yeah, I'm surprised that YouTube is sitting that out. I mean, I don't know why YouTube doesn't like me. It could be somebody that I knew once upon a time that's with YouTube now and stumbled across my podcast and is doing everything they can from behind the scenes to do whatever, bro. Cause I mean, I'm not big at all. I'm not. It just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I did the amount of shadow ban that I think it is, or it could be the content is trash. Either way, man, I don't know. But shout out to you, sis. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Hope you're having a good Sunday. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens, man. Shout out to the Buffalo Bills, and shout out to the Houston Texans. They all won their playoff games. Got more games going. I don't know who won in the Green Bay game with Philly, but it is what it is. If you guys know, let me know in the chat what's up. But Fresh has his channel, A Fresh Start, and on his channel, he's just interviewing a bunch of people, man. And it's a different dynamic than what's on Fresh and Fit. Like this is just Fresh one-on-one with people or doing this style thing when he brings a couple people on and they have these discussions. We want to call them debates. And it's some good stuff, man. Like Fresh is out there making the rounds, bro. He's on Mr. Organic's podcast. He did an interview with Mr. Organic. Clips are out now. He's out there getting it, man. Brandon Carter, he's been on his podcast recently. So Fresh is doing his thing, man. Shout out to him. And this is what you got to do, bro. You got to constantly reinvent yourself. You got to constantly be out there hitting it. You just can't sit back. Even when you get frustrated, you look at someone like this channel. I was doing pretty good. I hit around 2,100 subscribers and just plateaued. And it just kind of bounces around right there around 20, 2,160, 40, 70, back to 60, whatever. And this is where you just can't stop. A lot of people would just give up. And we'll probably talk about it this week at some point. just getting monetized on YouTube is an accomplishment, man. I think I saw somewhere that 80% of content creators never get monetized. Never get monetized. There are platforms out there, that's been around for 6, 7, 8 years, still not monetized, and they do numbers, which is crazy. Like you look at their content, it's like they'll have videos out there, 80,000 videos, 80,000 views. They got other videos out there, 20,000 views, 16,000 views, 5,000 views, and they're not monetized. Like, well, how's the algorithm catching them? And I don't understand all that, but it is what it is. We got Sister Jolie in the building. What's good, sis? How you feeling? Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate you. So YouTube is one of those things where you have to stay consistent. I don't care who you talk to, bro, from Myron from Fresh and Fit to the who else told me this? The Critical Drinker told me this. A lot of people who have big channels now, they said the same thing. You must stay consistent. Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. Bare minimum, one video a week. Bare minimum. PBD said this, Patrick Bay Davis. Like, bro, you got to keep doing it. I mean, that man's doing it with a team. Right? A value team. He was bringing on people like Kobe Bryant and Shaq and all that. He was like, you have to keep doing it. So shout out to Fresh for doing this thing, man, and reinventing himself and still doing what they're doing with Fresh and Fit. I see all these videos like Fresh and Fit is breaking up. I don't know about that. They're still doing their thing over there, but Fresh is making his moves. Myron's making his move. Myron has his own channels going on. They're doing different things. It makes sense. You got to stay on top of it, guys. So back to the reason we're doing this live. So Fresh decided to have Redbeard Casey, his homeboy, his former roommate, like his friend before all this YouTube stuff popped off. Casey is his dude. That's his guy. And Mr. Locario have a debate. People like to call them debates. I see it more as just a conversation. And Locario was carrying himself as, man, it's really just a conversation, not necessarily a debate. But they were talking, sitting there talking about just their styles of game. And the one thing over here we talk about all the time, guys, you're going to have to get some game, period. It's no getting around it. Game. And it's not just, I ain't talking about just womanizing either. Like, you're going to have to understand how things are, and you're going to have to move accordingly. Accept it, understand it, move accordingly. And that's what I was listening to. That's what I saw here. You had two guys with two very different styles of game. Like they transformed themselves in different ways. Now, just right up front, a lot of people like, well, who you think was a debate? Who you think won? I'm like, Locario. That's just, that's my take on it. I look at it as more of a conversation, but if we gotta sit here and say, well, who won? I would say Locario. And the reason I say that with this conversation is Locario he seems to be more grounded, and he seems to be more confident in his way, his style, his game. Whereas Casey, not so much. Like, what Casey is doing works for him. And, now he has a business, he's coaching, he's kind of getting into that. And he wants to help these dudes by using his techniques, his game to help guys become better. Okay, cool. But he doesn't seem as grounded to me. He doesn't seem as confident in what he's doing. Now, that might change down the road. But Casey, in my opinion, relies a lot on the pickup artistry side of things, whereas Locario is more grounded in being the best version of himself, having charisma, having confidence, and being competent and running it that way. And they both do numbers. I guess that's anybody who's out there and you trying to womanize, you trying to go out here and find you somebody, you're going to have to do numbers. That's the bottom line. You're going to have to go out here and talk to a lot of women. Miss AKA like, I want to ask so many Fresh and Fit questions, but out of respect for your friendship, I keep it quiet. Now you can say whatever you want. Come on now. You can ask and I will answer to the best of my ability. So you can ask anything you want, sis. This is business. Myron and Fresh will tell you that. Casey will tell you that. Locario will tell you that. If you decide to jump down this red pill rabbit hole, you got to have thick skin. You got to have it. I'm pretty sure at some point during this stream, we might have some people from from their communities jump in here, which is cool with me because I'm all about trying to help dudes, especially with this part of the game with this part of their lives. There's a lot of guys out here who really are struggling, and this technology exists now to where they can sit back, watch, listen, and learn, and decide what they want to do and how they want to move. So now it says feel free. Feel free, fire away. You got any questions? Hit me up. That's why we here. And that goes for anyone else out there. This is why we are here. So we're gonna start with we got the video loaded up. And we're gonna start at the beginning. We're probably gonna listen to the first maybe 20-ish minutes, and then we're gonna jump ahead towards the end. So this is the beginning of the broadcast. I think this was also on Casey's YouTube channel. It was a simulcast between Fresh's channel and Casey's channel, and I think Casey was basically producing as he was actually doing the show. So shout out to him as well. But let's pull this up and listen to what they were talking about. And definitely a producer note for anyone out there who's going to get into this game, or anybody out there who might, help one of their homeboys out and produce, because you can produce these shows remotely. Like Casey or Fresh or myself or anybody can send you a link, and you can sit at your computer and you can move stuff around and show the super chats and the regular chats and da-da-da. If you're doing something and you're having a debate or a conversation, if I were producing this, I would have Fresh at the bottom and I would have Locario up top. So basically swap Locario and Fresh, and now you have the conversation going between these two, and then you can also choose what style, and like you want the bubbles up there or whatever. I would have made it to where you have the one big bubble when they're talking, and then switch it over when they're not talking. So whoever's talking, give them the big picture, and then it automatically minimize the other guy, and then when they go back and forth or whatever, and then when it's uncontrolled mic stuff, they just going back and forth, just have them next to each other, boom, boom, boom. But that's just a point of a technical point. I tell you what, I'm looking forward to February when we get started, so I won't have to worry about producing. Right, I'll be hiring the producers and have people not on my show but on the shows that we're working on. But anyway, let's get into it. That's Casey Redbeard. Again, that's Fresh's former roommate. They've been good buddies for a very long time. This is Mr. Locario. I've never met Mr. Locario. Every time I was in Miami, he wasn't there, and vice versa. I think he's out of New York. So I've listened to a lot of his content. I've consumed a lot of his content. And bro, yeah, I get it. I know how he's moving. I get his game. I've seen it before. His game is solid. And even Fresh will tell you that. He's like, bro, I've never seen Locario on the streets, but I know a lot of dudes like him. Fresh was hanging out with Miles and Locario in Miami, and they're like, bro, these dudes know how to holler at people. Even Fresh was impressed. Like, man, they know how to get at chicks. And again, it's just having the confidence to go up and say something. I think Locario comes with a real smooth approach. So he'll get in, he's the type dude to get into the girl's ear, and it's like, that's all he needs. Once he in her ear, bro, it's on. You know what I'm saying? Which is different from PUA artistry when these guys use pickup lines, right? There's a difference there, right? So we're going to be able to see the difference here in this video. Act Ozzy in the building. Was good, fam? Right, the other producer. That's right, boy. I'm gonna be doing executive producing and producing on this thing I got going on until we get a whole team around this. The growth, we'll see how the growth goes. And then I am a proper producer, man. We've done movies, we've done like movie shorts, we've done independent films and stuff like that, bro. It's fun. It's fun. I ain't gonna lie. I love that part. Like, that's amazing. This is a little bit different. YouTube, again, I've been doing this now 3 years, starting to get the hang of it a little bit, but I just don't know how the algorithm works, bro. I just don't. But we got plans. We're gonna keep going. So anyone's out there, man, from Locario's community, from Casey's community, Redbeard, from Fresh's community, what's good? Welcome. I see y'all. What's up? This is not me picking apart or choosing teams. This is just me assessing what's going on in the different styles of game here. Right now, you got these three dudes on the screen. Right, these three dudes on the screen have very distinctly different game. The way that they approach it is different. Now, they're all three of them are successful in what they do. And it is, and whatever it is they're trying to do, if they're just trying to meet women, they're trying to smash women, they're trying to have, relationships with women, whatever they're trying to do, each one of these men have success in that. They're running their games the way they want to run their games. They each have success in that. So, but I want you guys to pay attention to how different their styles are. Fresh, because he's moderating this debate, isn't really keying in too much, but he'll chime in here and there. The video is linked in the description below. It's about 2 hours and 11 minutes or so. Watch the whole thing. I really think you guys should watch the whole thing, especially you dudes out there trying to figure it out. Watch the whole thing. And I will start by saying this. There is no such thing as one way when it comes to this, when it comes to game, when it comes to womanizing, when it comes to, getting out here in these trenches, when it comes to, socializing with people, networking. There isn't no such thing as, just do it this way. This is the way it's going to work. It's going to work for you because it works for me or whatever. It's no such thing. Right? Each person has to figure it out from themselves. You take a little bit from Locario, you take a little bit from Fresh, take a little bit from Uncle Saint, take a little bit from Redbeard, and then you put it together into a formula that works for you, plus whatever you learned out here in these trenches. You might be like, man, screw all them dudes. I'm doing it this way. Bet. So long as you're getting the desired results, that's all that matters. Right? So these conversations are really good to watch. And that this isn't about picking teams or whatever. And, just trying to, what you guys say, roast or whatever. It ain't about all that, man. This is about the quest for information. And this is about doing the work and becoming the best version of yourself. Simple as that. Simple as that. So that's how we're gonna start that. We got Michael Lee in the building. What's good, fam? Happy New Year to you, brother. Happy New Year to you. It's good to see you. It's like, brother, saying Happy New Year, fam. It's Mr. Recreational Use himself. Yes, sir. I see you, fam. And man, oh man, you're probably gonna get a lot more rec use out there from some of these young girls and some of these older women, man, because not all, but a lot of men are out here paying attention. They're listening. They're watching from the wings, man. They up there, in the clouds, or they, down there in the brush, and they paying attention and they're modifying their games, and it's changing for women. It's changing out there. Women, I'm seeing it. Just talking to my female associates, I'm seeing it. They come up to me like, yo, how come this and how come that? They're like, yeah, these dudes are starting to game themselves up. It ain't gonna be easy no more. It's been easy for women. It's, with all these simpletons out there, it's been easy for women, but it's not as easy anymore. Brother Mandrell's in the building. What's good? What's the topic of the debate? And that's Miss AKA lady. So again, I would consider this more of a conversation. They titled this thing Heated Debate. I think that was a little bit of clickbait to get people going, but they were just talking about their ways of how to run game, how to meet women, how to go out here, how to try to find you someone. That's what they're talking about. And there's different variants of it. Now, again, the game you run depends on your mission. For a lot of guys out there, right? The games you run depends on your mission. So if you're just trying to smash, you can't be running long-term game. Right? And if you're trying to find yourself a wife, you can't be running the short-term, I just want to smash game. Yeah. So, and if you don't really have a lot of experience, you need to get out there and just get your feet wet and see what's going on and figure it out. Most of that is just observation. So one of the big things here is, Casey in his mind, he has it must be this way. Where Locario is like, nah, I see what you're doing. And nah, it ain't got to be that way. What you're saying here isn't necessarily so. And that's what we're about to see from the very beginning. Brother Mandrell, always a pleasure to see you. I know I gave you the horn blast, and then all of a sudden I forgot to give you a little extra. So shout out to you, Green Beret. Always a pleasure to see you. And so yeah, let's get into this. Let's check this out, guys. So this is gonna be cool. This is the first. We're gonna listen to about the first 20 minutes or so, and then I got commentary as I always do. Let's get into it.
Live. All right, and we are live, guys. Welcome to the show. Today we have Casey Extraordinaire Passport Bro. We have the bad boy of the dating game, Mr. Locario. Two of my good friends here about to debate some stuff about dating. But before we even begin this, man, this all started from a video that Locario did on his channel about Casey's rhetoric on a certain topic. But without further ado, guys, welcome to the guys here. Casey, tell them who you are. Locario, tell them who you are if you don't mind.
Yeah, what up? What up? Shout out to you, Fresh, for having us on here, man, and moderating, man. Shout out to Casey too.
Now the levels were off. Locario's levels are blowing everybody out. Fresh has pretty good levels, and Casey's real low. So there's nothing we can do about that, people.
Past about 20 years now. And teach people to figure out what they want in their dating lives and go get that thing. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what I do. And guys, if you need any help, go to badboymembership.com and masculineidentitymembership.com. That's my dude Miles Cunningham's website too. So if you guys need some help, hit us up. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
Casey?
All right, I am Casey Redbeard Rants, passport bro extraordinaire. If you have ever researched anything on dating in Latin America or the passport bro lifestyle, you are already very familiar with me and my content. If you've watched ever Fresh and Fit, follow them. You've no doubt seen me there as well. Fluent in 3 languages, English, obviously, Spanish, and Portuguese. I hold multiple visas, soon to hold multiple passports one day. I make dating content. My theory is that dating has evolved from more meeting people in person to digital dating. I help men create a high status online social media presence, amazing photography, videos, professional shots, having fun with friends, doing dope shit, and then back them up with the strategy on how to use that for both dating and networking. Now,
so when you look at this, it is 2 distinctly different pitches for what they're selling. They're both coaches. Locario's been in 20 years plus in the game. Older guy, so he comes from a different world, a world I relate to because I'm an old dude. And then you have Casey, who's coming up more like the young bloods, the new way of doing business. Casey was out there and he understood how to go out and meet people in person. At least he could go out and do it. He would be a little brash sometimes, kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's like I remember when the first few times I bumped into Casey, we had a couple words. I was like, man, chill out. Like, shit, calm down, bro. He was just like so amped up. Oh, you been in Colombia? We're in Colombia. And blah, blah, so going on. Like, hold on, bro. When I was in Colombia, man, I think he was in diapers, bro. And that's not even a knock. At the time, I didn't know how old he is, but in this episode, he said how old he was. So he was probably a toddler when I first started going down to Colombia. I'm an old dude, right? So, I'm like, hold on, man. Like it was so confrontational. I'm like, chill out. I'm laughing at him like, what's wrong with you, homie? But that's because of the world that they're in. It's more, look at me. So you got these 2 trains of thoughts, right? These 2 different styles. The fact that, Casey is fluent in Spanish and Portuguese, huge, bro. I can't stress how important that is. If you're fluent in the land in which you plan to go and source or seek women, bro, huge. And you're American. So my Spanish is broken at best. My Korean, broken at best. You know what I mean? I don't speak any Japanese. I don't speak any German, really. So like when I go places, I don't have that advantage. It is a huge advantage, gentlemen. If you're going to go out here and live that free lifestyle, that passport life, make sure that you can speak that language. If you can do like conversational, whatever, Portuguese, Spanish, French, German, Korean, Japanese, if you could do that just a little bit, man, that takes you so far. So I definitely got to give him props for that. You know what I mean? I definitely got to get you props for that. But you don't need it, right? And this is the case that Locario is going to be making. Like Casey called himself a passport bro. He's like, I am the chief passport bro. Holler at me if you're going to go down, especially South America. You know what I mean? You're going to holler at me. Locario is just a player. You can drop a player in anywhere, any community, any society, he's going to be all right. Right? And that's where the debate lies. Right? So, and this is something we talking about all over here, bro, like passport bros. Simply because you are able to fly to whatever country, right? You can fly to Laos, you can fly to Cambodia, you can fly to the Philippines, you can fly to wherever, you can fly to Somalia, you can fly to wherever, South Africa. All right, that's cool. But if you aren't gamed up here in America, and if you can't pull in America, if you can't get on with women in America, you're going to have problems in them places too. You're going to have problems. But the results that you can get in these foreign countries are better than the results you're going to get here in the States, just because of the financial power you will have, because you come with the backing of the dollar, especially when you go into some less developed countries. But when you go to Europe, now your money don't really mean nothing. Like you really need to, you got to be witty. You got to know what you're doing. You got to know how to talk to folks. So again, if you speak the lingo, you know the culture, you know the food, and you own. So I definitely give Casey props on that. Brother Pitney in the building. What's good? Good to see you, fam. Please like the video. Please share and all that good stuff. Subscribe if you want to. But this is the kind of stuff that I really want you guys to check out. And again, this isn't designed to be confrontational. And if you pay attention, Locario is really trying to keep it away from being confrontational. Whereas, you know, Casey gets at him a little bit here and there, but then he backs up. So never mind that. If they start, lobbing bombs at each other, don't worry about that. Just pay attention to what's being said. Right. So right off the rip, though, Casey being fluent in 2 languages, man, Portuguese and Spanish, huge bonus, especially if you're going down there. He can hit anything in South America, Central America, and he's killing it. He can go overseas to Spain if you want to. He speaks Portuguese, so he can go to Portugal, but he could go to Spain, and it's still, it's a slightly different version of Spanish, but of course he's going to be able to communicate. So, fellas, don't slip on that. Let's continue.
On to today's heated debate with Mr. Locario. So I was sent this by somebody, I forget who. Mr. Locario had a critique on me. I wouldn't call it a hit piece, believe me. People have said people have said much worse stuff about me online. So I'm gonna play the video and I'm gonna maybe react to it a little bit. And then I have some other stuff. Actually, you know what? No, you know what? I will play the video first. Then I have some other stuff I wanted to go talk about with Mr. Locario. So we'll have to have to share audio, share tab, and said, okay, Chrome tab. I will have to share this one. I was prepared. Okay, boom. I think I didn't fuck this up. Let me know in the chats real quick if you guys can hear this. And probably the guys listening to can hear it. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna play it from the beginning, and it's 7 minutes long. Glad I didn't fuck this up. It's 7 minutes long, and we won't play the full thing, but we'll just get kind of the meat and potatoes of it, and then Mr. Locario can kind of elaborate a bit on his critique, so we don't sit here for.
Now, audio is going to be a little bit off, guys, so I apologize in advance.
And probably most of the guys listening to this podcast, whenever it comes out, this YouTube video, may not be in the situation, but for guy, like at least every guy on the panel will understand this. In many circumstances, a lot of nuance to this. So don't get too literally, but in many circumstances, you shouldn't try too hard to get laid on the first date per se, because those are sometimes the lower quality girls. When I think back to like,
oh my God, what are we talking about? He said you shouldn't try to get laid on the first date because those are the lower quality girls. What? Let's see what he's gonna say.
Yo, this is what drew me into the conversation. This was on in the background, and I heard that. I kind of stopped and turned around, like, yeah, maybe it's an age thing. Maybe here's the thing, fellas. From a 0 all the way to a 10, if a woman is into you, if she digs you, man, she'll smash, man, the first day. She'll smash as soon as first available chance she gets, she'll do it. Dimes do it all the time. So right off the rip, this is why I'm like, man, Casey lost the debate from the beginning. You can't defend that. Like, only the low quality women have sex on the first date. That's not true. That's not even close to being true. Dime smash all the time, bro. In the bathroom, in the car, bro. Like, if she's into you, she digs you for whatever reason, it's her choice, right? She controls the Foxy Brown. That's what she wants to do. She into you, she gonna do that. There are no rules when she's dealing with a guy that she wants. And most of those guys tend to be the top tier men. The wealthy dudes, the tall dudes built like Mr. Organic. 6'6", ripped to shreds with none but confidence. Yeah, they gonna holler at him. They gonna want to do something with him if that's what they into. I've seen dudes who were just extremely nerdy, like tech guys, getting on, be at a con, be at a Comic Con or something like that. And yes, dimes, there'll be tens in them joints, yo. There'll be women in there being hired by certain companies to just walk around in outfits or whatever. They see the right dude, man, they gonna do something. So when Casey said that right off rip, I'm like, like, no. And Casey doubled down. He did not back away from it. He doubled down. And now I was just like, that's so wrong. We got Casual German in the building. What's good, fam? If a woman is into you, bro, if she's into you, there are no rules. There are no rules. Casual, he's right. He's like, I like Casey, but he needs to get his debate skills up. I'll just say that much. Yeah, Casey's not a bad guy. He's a regular dude. What I like most about Casey Redbeard, bro, is I point to him all the time when I'm hollering at, like, dudes be asking me questions, and especially the guys who are like, man, I'll never be able to get a girl like you got. I'll never be able to talk to that girl over there like you did, Unc, because you know what I mean? I'm not gay, no, you're like, pause, but you more attracted to me. I'm like, it has nothing to do with that, bro. I'm more confident than you. And she can sense it. That's all it is. It's the confidence. Women really don't care that much about the looks. They do, but confidence will get you over the hill, bro. Look at Travis Hunter, bro. And he ain't even got confidence. He got confidence on the field. But the thing is, Casey Redbeard is a very confident dude. He's not handsome in any stretch of the means. You know what I'm saying? I ain't judging dudes or whatever, but he'll tell you that. But he will go out there and run his game to the best of his ability, he's going to get results. He's gotten results in America. It just, after watching this, it dawned on me like he wasn't getting the 9s and 10s. He wasn't getting the 8, 9s, and 10s in America. He went overseas, and that's what he was getting, right? So I understand where he's coming from, but you can get dimes in America all day long. You can get dimes in America all day long. You just got to run your game. Brother Pitney's like, yep. In the manosphere, it's often mentioned that women make men pay different prices. Exactly. To get that Foxy Brown. Redbeard seems to have forgotten that applies to time as well. Yeah. And he brings that up and he talks about it. And the way Casey looks at it, man, it's a different tier. Like, he has his game for, let's say, the 7 through 0s, but then he has also another way he goes for the 8s through 10s. And gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, don't ever do that. What did I tell you over here? How does it work, bro? Your game is the same no matter you talking to a 2 or you talking to a 10. It's the same game. It's the same game, bro. That's how it works, man. You don't have to change it up. Do not change it up because she's fine. Do not pedestalize her. Do not do it differently. Now, there are guys out there who are cool with putting in extra effort and taking extra BS from the more attractive women. You got those guys out there, and they run their game accordingly. But all I'm saying is you don't have to, right? You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? We got my brother in the building, GMC Hammer. What's good, fam? Yes, please do remember to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and share this and all that good stuff. And like I said, this is a learning opportunity, fellas. This isn't about, Locario is better than Casey, or Casey is, better than Locario. Nah, this ain't that. We just listen to what's being said, and we're going to figure out what works for you. Because I know what works for me. What works for you? Part 2 with Brother Pitney. Like, if you remember her type, like, if you're her type, she'll break the rules for you. Women make rules for betas and break rules for alphas. That is a fact. That is a fact. It's done the mark on that. And that is not just Mr. Brother Pitney.
John DeMarco.
Rolo Tomasi says that all the time. He says it on every episode. There are no rules for the women that they are. There are no rules for men that women are attracted to. If she's attracted to you for whatever reason, there are no rules. There are no rules, bro. But if she's not really into you, now she's gonna put some hurdles out there. She's gonna put some, put some hoops out there and see if you'll jump through them. And that's her game, right? Everybody's running game. You got your game, she got hers. Keep that in mind. I know it sucks. And a lot of people like, man, all this game, how can we just be adults and go out here and keep it 100? Because that's just how it is, fam. That's just how it is. And you need to understand that. Get your understanding up, which is game. Get your understanding up. Go watch it play out in real life. And you sit back and like, oh, shit, Unc is right. Unc is right. I see it now. Right? Or, you go out there and just modify it to where you're getting what you want and then go have fun with it. It's like Casey just got into the candy shop, bro, and he's going crazy. He's over there with the candy that he loved. Like, he's done with the nasty candy. He's over there with the candy he loved. Right? But again, If you can get a dime in Portugal, you can get a dime right here in the good old US of A. And if you can't pull in America, understand that your game is lacking. Let's continue.
A few times that I played like true nines, like actual hardcore nines, and her worst photo by anyone's standards, like the ones.
See, I had a hardcore 9, even in her worst photos by anyone. What are we talking about? But let's not get on the tangent here. You know, these niggas think that whatever a 9 is a fact. But let's continue.
That even like are rare for guys like us. It was all.
He said are rare for guys like us. At least he's admitting he ain't really got game like that. But listen to
almost never on the first night. These girls are just.
Y'all see Fresh smiling in the background? Y'all watching Fresh's little mirror box there, little box? Fresh is shaking his head like, what do you mean? Guys like us, that means you look down on yourself, homie. You got to go out here with the confidence of a beast. I tell people all the time, like as an air traffic controller, right? I was one of the controllers that would train other controllers. And I used to sit down and I would tell them before we went up into the tower cab, right? And I call it the glass bubble. I'd say, listen, we go up into that glass bubble, man, you have to be flawless. You the one. You have to be so sure yourself that you're right up to the border of being overly confident. You want to be so confident that you're right up to the border of being overly confident. You got to get your head in the game. You got to go up here because you are the best air traffic controller ever. It's the only way you're going to get through this, because where I was working was a very busy, very complex place. Like, we go up into this glass bubble, you got to understand and accept that you are the best ever. If you don't, you ain't gonna be able to do this. We ain't got time to second guess yourself. And if anyone in the game out here trying to womanize you out here in these trenches, and you're saying stuff like, you know, they're not gonna do this for guys like us, there's no way you can really win. You're gonna get some short-term success, but you will never win. You can't think of yourself like that, bro. And that's what Locario is talking about, because we're old heads. We understand that. We understand that confidence is king. That's it, man. Forget about everything else. You got to be confident in whatever it is you're doing. Trying to holler at these women, you got to be confident in your game, no matter how bullshit your game is. Right? You got to be confident. That's why Fresh is laughing when he heard that. He's shaking his head. Fresh like, I ain't one of them dudes.
They have higher standards. They're pickier. They're more picky about who they're going to let get on top of them and flop around for a bit. And because
yo, he said these 9s and 10s and all of that, if you have sex with a girl on the first date, she's low quality, because these 9s and 10s are pickier. They don't just hop on anyone. What are you talking about? How do you know this? What is he talking about? See, this is the problem. See, this is what these guys believe, because in their reality, they have to do so much to pull a woman they think is really hot. But then what happens is that same woman, right, that he's saying isn't going to just hop on anyone, the same woman he's doing that lover boy nonsense with is going to meet a guy and have sex with that guy the first night. Is going to meet a guy at the club and suck his dick in the bathroom. What are we talking about? See, I've had this situation happen.
All right, so he's going to tell a story about how his dad smashed some chick that he was putting in a lot of work on, and then Pops smashed the girl that he couldn't.
So, my dad smashed the chick, and then I smashed another chick that my friend was trying to smash.
Hold on, real quick.
Let's get hold on. Let him finish his critiques, because we'll finish the video, and then is that cool, Fresh? Or do you want to throw something in real quick?
This point is very important, man. I want us to cover this point right now. This point here, if you guys don't mind, because basically what you're saying is that, like, you don't want to force it on the first date, right? To smash. He's saying you should put effort into it, do it on the first date. Why is that?
Well, I said there's a lot of nuance to it here. I want to finish his whole video, and then we'll just break down everything.
Okay,
so we don't.
And we'll go into it.
Yeah.
That's the chick that I used to date.
All right, and then I want to talk about where I said,
because a woman who's a 9 and who's hot and who could get all these guys ready. That Clark Kent guy, he's awesome because he does this and this and that. But that Superman, though, you got to watch out for that Superman guy, because the Superman guy is low quality. He just goes and takes action whenever. He's up there stopping trains, doing all this other extra. So, if you know, if a woman is low quality, she'll sleep with you on the first date. But if it's a high quality 9 or 10, oh, she's going to make you wait, because guys.
White guy in the Philippines. All right, here's the part, the next critique
So,
right here.
She's going to make it. What are we talking about?
Yeah, here's the last part that we can respond to.
This is crazy. But let's continue.
Because they're going to make you wait. So I find that for the higher quality, more beautiful, and again, there's so much nuance. Like, are you tall, good-looking white guy in the Philippines? Okay, you can. It's like that new Tinder meme that came out. It's like popular on Reddit, where like the Chad said in his profile, he just got out of jail for abusing women. Like, you could be that guy. You could open with, "Hey, I just got out of jail for beating a woman." But tall white guy in the Philippines, you're still gonna late on the first day. But I would argue that a lot of times you shouldn't try.
So basically, what he's saying is, if you're the tall Chad who's sexually appealing, you don't have to wait. Women will have sex with you on the first date.
All right, I think we've seen enough of that. And those are pretty much his points. Now, I wanted to say one thing first, and put you on blast a little bit, Mr. Locario. So you probably knew this was coming based on what we were talking about over Instagram a little bit about the failure to show receipts and that whole debacle, that whole thing. So I have some.
So that's another thing one of the things that bother me about Casey is I got receipts, man. I got all these pictures with all these fine women, and I got this, I got that, and you ain't got that. Like, bro, we spent 18 hours in Colombia or Brazil or Peru, right, or the Philippines or Thailand. Bro, you can get like 50 gigabytes of pictures with you standing with hot chicks, man. It don't mean nothing. Right? It just don't mean anything like that. And that's one of the things that, like Redbeard is real big on that, man. The looks maxing and all that. Like, bro, all that's cool. But again, it don't mean nothing. I have to force myself to take pictures, bro. I've always been bad about that, but I'm not of this era. Like, everything has to be documented, with photos and this and that and reels. And I don't normally do that. Even when I'm in the spot, I leave like, damn, I was supposed to take pictures. I was supposed to do this. I was supposed to do that. Like, I was kicking it with Andrew Tate. I didn't take any pictures. Didn't think about it. You know what I mean? We just chopping it up, kicking it with, you name the people. I'm kicking it with George Clooney. I ain't taking any pictures. Well, I lied to you. I took pictures of him with the girl that I was with, but I ain't taking any pictures with me and him. I don't be doing that. I was kicking it with Slash from Guns N' Roses. I ain't taking no pictures. Right? I was kicking it with Damian Wayans and his people. I wasn't taking no pictures. So, I mean, it's just one of those things. We live in a world where that's important now. And people tie their wealth or their value to that. And I say, don't do that. You know what I mean? We got brother Christopher in the building. What's good, fam? And Act Ozzy was saying that Locario has a major flaw, and his flaw is his games allow both the man and the woman to be player, and that's a no-no. You gotta understand, man, there are female players out there, fam. There are female players out there, and there always will be. And today, especially now in this, this simpleton society we got now, man, the average chick is a player, really, though, because she knows how to get what she wants. She's getting that money via, the foodie thing. She's getting you to take her to the newest restaurant in town, not you, but some dude like that. Right. She's using these guys to get into, to the nicest lounges or the nicest parties, or like getting into like these events. That's all game. That's all game. Now, again, I don't follow Locario religiously. I've only seen, I've seen some of his content, but not a whole lot. But I've seen a lot of his content and I see where it's coming from. But y'all got to understand, man, there's some women out here who are gamed up for real. They will run your pockets until they're dry, right? They will run your pockets until they're dry. So you got to, oh, I see what he's saying. I see what you're saying. Open relationship. Nah, I ain't into that. I get you. I see what you're saying now. You're right. Okay. Yes. I did hear about that. Like, he's got a girlfriend and she can go out and smash as much as she wants. He go out and smash as much and they come back together. Like I said, man, there's people out there who into that. I'm not. Right? I'm not into that. And those people that I've seen who are into that, those are the folks who go out and they do the, they go to those swingers things and whatnot. They call it poly now or whatever they call it now, but it's just swingers. They just going out there smashing, do whatever. I'm not a part of that, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the women who actually go out here and run game and they'll break the bank account, bro. And the whole time they have you thinking that they love you and they doing all this other, you know, they love you. You're the only man for them. She's there for you, bro. They got game that it'll blow your mind, right? Everyone's saying what they're saying about Travis Hunter, but all that is he's a young boy that fell for grown up game. She got him. She got him young. And it is, you know, I don't know how that's going to play out. You know, that's one woman who was happy that Joy Taylor stuff came out because, you know, Travis Hunter's girlfriend was so happy to see that story break because everybody off her neck and they jumping on Joy Taylor. But I don't know, it might have been too much damage done. If I'm Travis Hunter, I wouldn't marry her. But look at where she had dude. She got him before he made the big payday. He's completely in love with her no matter what she does. He's taking her to the club. She in the club dressed like a, you know what I mean? She's dressed like a thought bot in the club, doing whatever, man. She could have been smashing dudes in there and then leave and jump in the car because he out here in the parking lot waiting on her. Damn. What kind of game is that, bro? Shh, you gotta give her a Don DeMarco for that. You did what? He did what?
Don DeMarco.
That's real game. But yeah, bro, I'm not into. But again, I don't knock everybody's game. That's what they do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But putting all this stuff together, man, the reels and all that, these young guys are so into that. Like, look at these pictures. My thing is, damn them pictures, bro. How come you can't get little shorty right there, right now? Damn them pictures. And there's a lot of guys that they want to show you pictures, but they're afraid to go up and talk to a woman. Why? They don't have game or they're not confident in their game. So let's continue. Uh-oh.
Say like true quality. First of all, I mean quality in terms of looks. I don't mean like low quality makes a girl I don't necessarily think that if a girl sleeps with a man on the first night, she's low quality. But brother, you don't pull super beautiful chicks.
So let me ask you a question. What is a super beautiful chick?
A super beautiful chick looks like the ones that I fuck with. And if you want to like,
so wait, no, that's not a definition. You have to define. So when a person wants to get a beautiful,
so this is the part I was talking about. Like, you know, you can't allow yourself to fall back to these tactics. Now, maybe Redbeard felt he had to do it because he's pushing a business and, you know, I got to show that my business is way superior than your business. Look at my receipts. Look at the girls I have in these pictures, right? The average dude is sitting there thinking like, bro, that's, you know, you in Colombia, you in Brazil. I mean, bro, every time you can be walking down the street in Medellin, right? And see a beautiful woman and you speak English. I'm correct. You speak Spanish fluently. You can say, hey, you're so beautiful, whatever, you know, can you take a picture, like a photo? And she'll say, yeah, because they're nice. At least they used to be. Now it's a little different because the passport bros done messed that up. But when I was going down to Aruba, when I was going down to Colombia, we're talking like 16 to 20 years ago. Right? When I first started traveling outside of America, you didn't even need a passport, bro. You just had to have a birth certificate and a driver's license. Like, that's how long ago I was doing it. Right? Americans, like gringos, were rare. But the passport bros done went down there and messed that whole game up. But it was not difficult to get women to take a picture with you when you in those countries. It's not difficult to get a woman to sit down in your lap and put her arm around you because they're more affectionate people. Right? It ain't hard. Like, oh, I got a picture, like the picture he's showing with the girl right there. Like, she could have just been walking by. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's a fraud. I'm not saying that at all. But pictures don't mean nothing. Real players are like, man, let's see what you do. Let's see how you working it right now, wherever we at. If your mojo only works in certain countries, and it's like, all right, bro, cool. I'm glad that's working out for you. But I'm finna go over here to Mongolia and I'm gonna come out of here with a dime. I'm finna go over here to Sweden. I'm gonna come out of here with a dime. Like, it doesn't matter where you send me. I'm going to Vietnam. Guess what? I'm getting a dime. Right? That's the game you need. And that is 95% confidence, bro. That's what that is. Let's continue.
Women, they have to call you and ask you, are they beautiful?
Yeah. Symmetrical face, young, long hair, big eyes, big lips, young, collagen with rich skin, big titties, small waist, fat ass. If you really
Okay,
need
so
to ask what a hot chick is, then
right. So this is what I'm saying. You
that's
just
kinda
said
weird.
so everything
like,
you just
this
said. You
is
said
not a hot chick.
hold on. You said big ass, big titties, right?
Yes.
What if a guy likes small titties?
Listen, there is some universal amalgamate of what an attractive woman looks like within certain tastes. And I've talked about this before on my channel.
No, there's not.
Tall Scandinavian woman. Yes, there is.
So
Bro.
okay, let me ask you a question. Name me your favorite food.
Tacos.
Okay, now if a bunch of people say they don't like tacos, does that mean tacos taste nasty now?
That's not a good analogy.
That is a good analogy because the tacos is what you like. I may not like tacos. So if you say tacos, so hold on, wait, let me finish. So if you say tacos are delicious, but I say they're not, that doesn't mean you're wrong for liking tacos, but it also doesn't mean that I'm wrong for not liking tacos. So you can't say what you like is what everybody likes.
Yeah. And
right. So this is where like it's like Ak was saying that there's more to this. Casey felt slighted, so he brought, you know what I mean? He came strapped. He came strapped with receipts. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But the point that Locario was making, Locario said, well, he challenged the notion that there is one static beauty standard. Now I get what Redbeard means, that, you know, you can take a beautiful woman and line up 1,000 guys and, you know, damn near all I'm going to say, yeah, she's attractive. Right. But out of those 1,000 dudes, you know, like a small waist and you know, big butt, he might not like that. He might be more, you know, like the Asian features, right? He might want that, like more, you know, skinny with fake breasts, like Michael Certain. He likes skinny girls with big fake breasts, right? I don't like at all. Like you, bro, you have a hard time getting me to talk to a woman like that. Now, I don't like BBLs. The next dude might be into BBLs. So like what Locario is trying to stress to Casey is like, bro, you just can't say that simply because you like that woman or that type of woman doesn't mean that all the other men gotta like that woman. There are men out there who do not like the same type of woman that I like, no matter what color she is. They just don't. There are dudes who really love that old school European. You know what I mean? I've been out with so many guys, man, like, oh man, she's so skinny. I look at them like, that is not attractive at all. Skinny, big fake breasts, tons of makeup, blonde hair, blue eyes. They just go crazy. The girl come over to me like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, all right, you want to hang out? No, no, I don't. I ain't trying to holler at you. You know what I'm saying? So I get what Casey's trying to say, but he was unable to articulate it. And he's coming off as if he tried to set this booby trap. And he's like, oh, Locario just walked into it. Locario be on ugly women. And it's like, oh, bro, I wouldn't have done that. And I think Locario, you know, won this. Locario won this encounter, in my opinion.
Outhouse, a poop shack on the beach where you poop, that's made out of rickety wood with termites is a building. So is the Taj Mahal. You can say, well, it comes down to opinion. What is a nice building? Is a 5-star hotel? Is whatever, I forget the name of it, the tall building in Dubai. Is that tall building in Dubai a beautiful building? Maybe I like the poop outhouse. It's a matter of opinion.
Yeah, it's opinion. That's what I'm saying. You see, the thing is that you think your opinion is fact. That's ridiculous. A person's opinion is not fact. So you can't say your opinion of what you think of beauty. Like, for example, you're got all these Brazilian women. What if a guy does not like Brazilian women? Then what? Is he wrong for not liking Brazilian women?
Okay, now let me ask a question because I've answered.
He's gay. Okay.
Let me ask a question here then. Is this an attractive woman?
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
Okay, chat. One, if you agree, if this is an attractive woman, and put it.
So that's another thing too. You can't see her. He says, so what he's trying to say is the woman I'm with in the picture is more attractive than the woman you're with in the picture. Mine is bigger than yours type shit. Man, that's some little kid shit right there, bro. So there's no game to be had here. But what I want you guys to pay attention to is they're both with women. That's the takeaway, right? Look at Casey in his picture. Look at Locario in his picture. Say what you want about them, but they're both with women. Now, we can't see the body of the woman that Locario was with. She's not wearing any makeup. It looks like they're kicking it in the house somewhere. Like there's something going on. Whereas Casey's picture, looks like, bro, you could have hired that woman to be in the photo shoot with you because you made the picture look so glamorous. People look back, they look at that. They're gonna sit back and look at it like, well, hold on, bro. That looked like I was on set somewhere. Right? I got, you know what? I do have pictures. I don't have them on me. This is before smartphones. But every year, for 3 years straight, I used to go to Vegas for the Miss Hawaiian Tropic beauty pageant every year. My homeboy Dave was to take me. Dave's a VIP, so we get our own suites. We each get our own suite and all that. And I got so many pictures. Regular, like, had to get developed pictures. I got them somewhere. I'll find them and I'll load them up and so y'all can see them. So I got mad pictures of me with these beautiful women at Miss Hawaiian Tropic. What does that mean? Right? The question you would ask, like, well, how many of them do you really know? How many of them did you do something with? Who'd you smash? That's the real question. So we were with Miss Brazil, Miss Colombia, Miss Venezuela, Miss Peru, Miss Canada, Miss USA, of course, Miss Japan, Miss South Korea. But I got pictures with all of them. We hanging out, all of them, drinking, kicking, and all that. But out of all those women, I only walked away with the number, like maybe 5 or 10 numbers. You know what I mean? It was God, like about 100 of them there. I walked away with like maybe 5 or 10 numbers. And of the 5 to 10 numbers, I only kept in touch with like 2 for a little bit. And then I never got to see them because they were in different countries. I didn't make it to their countries. I know I was in communication with Miss Canada, Miss USA. I was living in Cali and she was living on the East Coast, if memory serves. Miss Cuba, she was living in Miami, but I never got a chance to catch up with them. But I got the pictures, bro. You see what I'm saying? So you can't, youngins, y'all can't rely on these pictures like you're doing it for the gram. That's cool. But when you step into real life, how you moving, right? How you moving. So I think it's way too much. Like, Casey, I think he goes way too much. And you're right, brother Christopher. Like it's the marketing tactics here, which okay, I get it. He's running a business. He's trying to get people to, to invest in him and to use his service. I get that. Then he asked for the chat's help. I had a chat. Just they both with women. That's all. To me, it's like, okay, they both can get women. It's cool, but just having a bunch of pictures don't really do nothing, bro. Because the picture. A picture's worth 1,000 words, but you have no idea of the context behind the picture. You look at that picture with him, man. Like, look at this picture, bro. No idea. This young girl is cute, but that's your girl? Or is this a model? Is she your girl who happens to be a model, so she's helping you out? What is this? And then you look at Locario, it's just him. Dude, Locario could be somewhere at a speaking event, and this could just be a fan. Came up and was like, hey, got over the shoulder and took a picture. It doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't really mean anything, guys. Just because you got the pictures. But let's continue.
Put a 2 in the chat.
Why do we care about what the chat thinks? See, Casey, this is your problem. This is your problem, Casey. Hold on. This is your problem. You care about what everybody thinks. That's why you have a bunch of videos of you kissing Brazilian whores. So what I'm saying is that
looks like a granny.
You always want to show the women that you're with because you want people to think you got women. You understand what I'm saying? This is what guys do when they're trying to prove themselves to other men. You understand what I'm saying? A man who has game to prove himself to men. That's the case.
We got to pause it there for a second because that's true. That's true, bro. You can show me pictures till the cows come home, man. I don't care, bro. But when we go out, you want to be with me. I'm talking about dudes. Like when we go out, they're gonna want to ride with me, man. Where you going, Saint? I want to be in there where you at. You want to be in my section. Why? Because there's gonna be dimes in there. It's gonna be dimes in there. I'm gonna go holler at the finest women in there because that's what I do. Wherever I go, I gotta talk to the finest one in there. I don't care if she's working or not working. And by working, I mean I don't care if she's a bottle girl, working the bar, waitress, manager. I don't care. She the finest one in there. I'm gonna holler at her like, hey, excuse me, how you doing? I'm gonna come talk to her. What's going on? I'm getting their instant because today makes it easy to get that Instagram because before getting a number, it took work to get a number, but the Instagram, it's not even that's nothing here. And you can glean so much information from that. So dudes know that. That's why dudes I constantly get hit up. Hey man, I'm here. You want to go? Hey man, I'm going here. You hear about this? People want to know where I'm at.
Why? Because they know it's gonna be a movie. If you in Miami and you cool with Fresh, and you get who would you want to go out with in Miami? Of the three brothers here. If you could go out with any one of these dudes, you go kick it with these dudes. Which one of them you gonna go kick it with? You gonna kick it with Casey? You gonna kick it with Fresh? You gonna kick it with Locario in Miami? I'm gonna kick it with Fresh all day long. Right? If I was in New York, I'm gonna kick it with Locario. Right? If I'm in Colombia or Spanish speaking or Portuguese speaking nation, I would definitely show up. I don't know how if I would kick it, but I would definitely show up because the way Casey moves is a little bit different than the way I move. The way I move is more akin to the way Locario does it, the way Fresh does it. Casey is doing something a little bit different. So I would definitely make an appearance. I would show up. Right. And if it's just me and Casey, no business going on, just me and Casey. Yeah, I want Casey there because he speaks Spanish. He's going to be able to bring him over easier, faster. And then I'll be able to start my game and do what I got to do. So, but basically speaking, though, like if you had a choice, you're going to want to go out with the player, the proven player. And you can't prove it by having pictures. You got to prove it in the streets, bro. You got to prove it in the trenches. That's how you prove it. I'm like, nah, man, dude, know what he's doing. Anyone who's gone out with me will tell you. Anyone who's seen me out in these trenches will tell you, like, bro, I know what I'm doing. And my game stems from just networking and being cool and talking to folks, making them laugh. I'm a comedian. That's how I do it. That's how we break the ice. I'm the perfect icebreaker, bro. I'm going to bring them over. I'm going to bring them to you. Now it's up to you to do what you're going to do. I'm going to bring them over. You come to my section, it's going to be some dimes in the section, bro. We're going to have the finest bartender in the house. It's going to be our bartender. It's going down. Well, I think Casey really lost a couple when he went in the way he went in. It was unnecessary for him to go in like that. And I'm certain he's learned from it. I'm certain he's going to learn from it. I'm having problems with the, you can see I'm all blurry and everything. I'm having problems with my feed. I don't know why. I do know why. And a brother Viking told me how he was like, fix this, but I'm gonna have to hit a Viking when I, get a little extra money to invest in the setup. But it's, sorry guys, just kind of bear with us. I'm down to one bar. So just hopefully the audio is good. Yeah, hopefully the audio is good. I apologize, guys. I'm just looking at this one bar. It's just one bar. It's just like stuck at one. And you know what? My daughter's probably doing some stuff to my daughter's home. She's probably doing something, probably running her VR, taking up a lot of bandwidth. So we're gonna struggle with this for just a little bit longer. We're gonna struggle with this, and hopefully the bandwidth will go up here in a little bit. But I pay for the highest premium bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. But it just appreciate that, brother Christopher. It's just it makes me mad, man. It makes me mad. But it's Sunday too. Everybody's home. It is what it is. But let's get back to the video, man. Fellas, confidence is key. Beyond all this other stuff, man, confidence is key. Right? And again, Locario is supremely confident in what he's talking about. 20 years plus as a coach. God knows how long just being in the trenches as a young dude out here figuring it out. He knows what he's talking about. Casey's a little bit younger. He's a little bit younger, coming from a different background. Now, I know he was in Miami. And like I said, bro, here's the thing about Miami. It is nothing but dimes in Miami. Beautiful women. I'm into Latin women as well. Bro, the Cubans, the Venezuelans, the Colombians, the Hondurans, they're all down there, bro. You name it, they're down there. Beautiful, beautiful women. You're going to come up on dimes in Miami. And there's a lot of guys in Miami. It blows my mind that these dudes surrounded by all these beautiful women, cool women. They playing fair. They're easy to talk to, man, because you don't need to be a pickup artist in Miami, bro. All you need to do is go up and say hello. You don't have to leave with your wallet in Miami, bro. You don't. If you have just a little bit of game, it's gonna take you far in Miami. In case it was in Miami. So it's like, how come he wasn't bagging dimes? That makes me wonder, like, well, why wasn't he bagging dimes? You in Miami, bro. It's not that hard. Like the easiest of all the big cities, Miami was the easiest when it came to talking to bartenders and talking to waitresses, like wait staff, bottle girls. This is before bottle girls was a thing. So it was really just they would call them the hostess, bartenders, and waitresses. I had the most success in Miami than I did in any other city I've been to. New York, LA, San Diego, San Francisco, Vegas. I had the most success in Miami. Right now, Casey's in Miami. Well, he was before, he was in Miami. I don't know why he wasn't bagging dimes because he's really caught up on the 10 thing. Like, oh, she's a 10. He's really caught up on that. They weren't hard to holler at, bro. Dancers, they weren't hard to holler at, man. They would get at you. So, I mean, it is what it is. Casual Jim, thank you, brother, with the $10 super chat, man. Appreciate that, homie.
Don DeMarco.
Appreciate that, Airborne. Support your show, Airborne, all the way, baby. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. I thank you. Thank you. We take that, fam. We'll take that. Man, I don't know. My daughter is streaming something. My daughter is streaming something right now. I should scream down there and make her stop. Hold on. She's supposed to be doing her homework anyway. Let me scream at her for a second. Yeah, she says she's doing her homework, but we know what time it is. The band, I'm down to zero, like zero. But I appreciate the $10 super chat, man. And again, when I'm looking at that, I'm listening to Casey. I'm like, man, how come you wasn't pulling dimes? Fresh is pulling dimes. And you see, Fresh is sitting here just kind of watching this whole thing play out. It's kind of like, Fresh is pulling dimes. I mean, yeah, he's got the lifestyle to do it. His game is different, but he was pulling dimes before Fresh and Fit. How do I know? I've seen the guy work in real life. I see his game. It makes sense, right? It's like if you're a basketball player or a football player or whatever sport you play, you can sit back and tell who got game versus who doesn't. You can tell, like, oh, man, that person is technically profound. Man, you can tell that person puts in work. That person is successful. Same thing. I can sit back and look at your game. I can sit back and watch how you move, and I can tell successful you really are, what kind of game you really have. I can tell by just watching. Just watching. I can tell by the way women interact with you just by watching. So we'll watch just a little bit more, just a little bit of this, and then we're going to jump to the end. So let's get back to it. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Both financially incentivized to show that we can get beautiful. Guys need help getting ugly chicks. Guys don't hire a dating coach to get an ugly girl. You don't need help if you want to fuck grannies. Like,
hold on. So wait a second. So what you're saying is that I have to, okay, let me ask you this. How was I able to have a successful coaching business for damn near 2 decades and I'm not showing a bunch of girls that I'm fucking with?
That's pretty remarkable.
I know, because I have game. That means the things that I say resonate with the guys who actually help. See if what I did didn't work, I would be out of business.
Yeah, I think maybe, okay, here's how I can try to answer that. I don't know a lot of your content. I don't know a lot of your story, but perhaps you watch a lot of content the old by.
Wait, I watch PUA.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm taking a guess. You're asking a question. So how did I build this business? I'm trying to give a hypothetical answer. Maybe you watch RSD Owen. Maybe you watch some other. Have you ever consulted with other players and judged other people and taught game? Absolutely have. Maybe
no. This is what I'm saying. The people who I learned game from actually have game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. PUAs don't have game.
You rehash what they say. You and I can make a video talking about the same things. You and I can make a video saying, listen, you got to go up to girls with a strong voice. You got to say, hey, we have a pretty good vibe.
Strong voice.
Let me get your Instagram. Not let me get your Instagram. You don't think voice is a huge component of your attractiveness?
All right. See, this is the big thing. I hope you guys could hear that. I do apologize. This is the first time I've done a stream for this and had just one bar. I really don't know what's going on right now. It could be something going on around whatever, but here's the thing. KC came up through those pickup artistry dudes, mystery, all that kind of stuff, right? Brothers who came up in the streets or whatnot, in our neighborhoods or whatever, we had no idea what that is. So for Casey, it's hard for him to understand it. He's like, well, of course you learned this stuff. I learned this stuff from it. And Locario's like, nah, bro. I learned this from the old school pimps, and players on the streets. I'm learning the game in the trenches. Right? That's where I'm learning it from. I'm not talking to dudes who talk about day game and night game and doggy game and egg and whatever the hell else. Like we're not talking about all that. There's nothing wrong with all that. Wherever you were able to get your start, whatever foundation you use is good, but pickup artistry only gets you so far. It's not failing. It's good to have, because what I like of the guys in pickup, they know they got to run numbers and they know they got to go talk to women. That's a great start. But what it is they're running so many women that they're starting, they'll get like 4 or 5 of them. Whereas before they were getting 0. So now they're getting like 5. They're like, well, if I talk to 100 women, I know I'm gonna get 5. So let me go out here and talk to 300 women so I can have 15. They're cool with doing that. That's as far as they want to go. They just like, and they're just getting this access. Right. And when he said that people only will hire a coach or work with a coach to get in. Nah, man, these dudes out here ain't getting nothing. And these dudes, they just want to get a little bit of access. These dudes are completely invisible. They'll go work with a coach just so they can be visible. You can go work with someone like Locario or me, or you can go work with whoever. And bro, if you just change the way you dress, if you just get into the gym and get your chest up, get your arms up, all right, get them biceps and triceps popping. If you just do simple things like that, if you learn how to make eye contact how to make eye contact and start talking to a woman and just break it off, you break it off. Like, all right, I got somewhere to go. It's good talking to you, love. All right, we'll see you around. And you leave, or she might chase you out the door trying to get your number. These little things, right, will be huge to a guy who's invisible. Huge. So Casey was like, well, let me show you the proof. Here are the pictures of me going out here talking to all these girls, banging these chicks, whatever. Okay. That's cool, but are you going to be able to help that guy get noticed by a woman, any woman? This dude ain't trying to holler at 10s. Casey had a hard time hollering at 10s, it looks like. It looks like he had a hard time hollering at 10s until he began to travel and he got used to it and he stays over there. That's where he wants to be. But it's like, how come you ain't hunting 10s over here in America? All right. And Bro Casual Journal wants to know, like, yeah, that's another thing. Who called this a debate? There's a lot of I don't know, but let's debate. Yeah, man. It is what it is. Look good. Yeah, brother Christopher's right, man. Number 1, look good. Number 2, talk to women, bro. That's look good, feel good, bro, and be confident, man. Just smell good. You can start there, bro. And the whole thing, Casey is really stuck on the 10 thing, and he's really stuck on the proof and the receipts. It's not necessary, bro. It's not.
Just to women.
No, what I'm saying is that see, you're talking about surface level things. What I'm trying to tell you is that when it comes to having game is not about women, which is why I think it's comical that you're always showing women all the time. The game is about you understanding yourself so that you know the best strategy for yourself to get what you want out of life. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the pickup artists and all that other nonsense, they're talking about women and trying to get the hottest women. That's what pickup artists and all that other stuff does.
Yes, because men are genetically programmed to want hot women. That's
right. So let me ask you a question. Do you think that I approach or talk to or have sex with women that I don't think are attractive and hot?
I think that they're the best you can get. I mean,
no. This is what the question I'm asking you. If I'm approaching and talking to a woman, right, and I want to interact with her, make something happen, do you think that I'm approaching and talking to, dating, hooking up with, and having sex with women that I don't want to do that with?
No, I don't.
Right. So what I'm saying is that if you're a guy who has game,
then you're able to attract the women you want. It's that simple. See, whatever woman you want doesn't matter to anybody else but you, because you're the one fucking her, Casey. So what difference does it make how your girl look? I don't care how your girls look.
Well, many reasons. Okay, number one is the reason why you didn't understand my critique about, or my hot take that, listen, and I started the video by saying, look, there's a lot of nuance to this. There's a lot of, situational thing, blah, blah, which you seem to have ignored. I didn't make it like a hard rule. I said there's nuance to this. I smashed this chick on the first night, but that's neither here nor there. I said there's a lot of notes went to it. And then you said, ridiculous. Like, you should always try to smash. You basically, I don't think you.
No, I'm not saying, no. This don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to smash a girl on the first night. What I'm saying is that you're saying that women who smash on the first night are usually low quality. That's what you said.
No, that was a misunderstanding. I said the most high, and first of all, speaking straight looks. I was talking about the quality, like, are they a good girl? Are they a hoe or this and that? I meant high quality just in terms of looks. And my whole point, and this is what I make a lot of points, guys who can pick up 5s and 6s versus guys who pick up 8.5s and 9s, bro, it's like level of difficulty is like fighting a house cat to fighting with.
So wait, and so you're saying it's difficult to pick up hot girls?
It is orders. It is night and day.
How?
Not even the same field. How?
Okay,
Because
so let me ask you a question. So Casey,
Casey, can I finish? You asked me a question that you got. Can I finish? You said,
go ahead. Go ahead.
The ugly girl is getting flirted with by the Uber driver, the garbage man, the UPS guy, and the beautiful girl is also getting flirted with by those guys, but also celebrity athletes, chads, millionaires, influencers, famous people, etc.
Yeah. Casey. Bro, the average woman is getting so much attention, right? That you could argue it the other way around. The average woman gets more attention than the dime. You can make that argument. Certainly as much as, right? Look at the Joy Taylor situation. Joy Taylor is not really attractive. I mean, 7 at best, and that's with the makeup on. She wears tons of makeup. Now, I shout out to her for hitting the gym and keeping the weight off and all that. But Joy Taylor is nowhere near a 10. And there are guys out there who are like, man, she is an absolute 10. Right? And she, they say she's allegedly sleeping her way to the top and at over there Fox Sports and all this other kind of stuff that's going on over there, whatever. She is nowhere near 10. Nowhere near it. Like I said, I gave her 7. That's adjusted to 7. She's really like a solid 6. She's one step above average. She came out of Miami. That's why she's doing what she's doing, in my opinion. She knows that she can use her body to get there. Right? To get there. So women get way more attention than dudes. What Locario was saying is there is no difference between a 3 and an 8 or a 9 or a 10. There isn't. Right? And this is where Casey, in my opinion, kind of, he needs to rethink his position on this. There is no difference. The Chad, the top tier dude, will smash the 10. He'll smash the 2 if he wants, because they're coming after him. He gets the choices. Lord knows I got some 2s and 3s shoved up into the closet, deep in the closet. You'll never find them. Been there, done that. And dudes out here who are gamed up, they do that. So it's one of those things like Casey is just off. And he's like, yeah, these are all the points I've read about. Like Locario's like, y'all been in the streets for 20 years. What you talking about? Casey's like, I read all this. And look, yeah, that's man, shut up, bro. That's a Don DeMarco right there. Don DeMarco. Brother Christopher. There's definitely a difference between wisdom gained through books and wisdom gained through experience. Definitely a difference. Right? And Locario was just trying to explain, like Locario was picking it all up. Like, bro, you put way too much emphasis on dimes. Way too much emphasis on the fact that, okay, I'm surrounded by these pretty girls. Right? And again, you look at this and it's like, all right, And now it's starting to make sense to me with some of these guys that I'm meeting. You know, I done met through the Meadow Swamp and into the Red Pill world. These guys be pulling out pictures like, look, what do you think? And I'll be legit like, oh, she's okay. Oh man, she's like a 10. Like, nah, that's not a 10. You got to compare her to the Hollywood 10, or what is the most beautiful woman you've ever seen in your life, and images or whatever you ever seen in your life. You got to compare to that. You know what I mean? Kelly Rowland is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. I ain't seen her in person, but man, she's aged well. That's a dime. You know, I'm always talking about Logan Browning. Dime. I saw her in real life. Ooh, that's a dime. Right. And I've seen a bunch of beautiful women those that before, like just not celebrities, but you use celebrities to kind of set the bar. If I call a woman a dime, trust and believe, if I say she's a dime, when you see her, you're gonna be like, damn, boy. Like there's levels to it. So like even you're on the picture here with Casey. This was what we went after all the time. That was the norm. This is what we messing with. If she in the club, I'm talking to her first. If she in the club, I'm talking to her second. We went after them all the time. Here in the States, it just got easier when we left the States for a bunch of different reasons. But you know, Diana, like, yeah, she's beautiful. All the women you deal with should be on that level. It should be on that level. And then when you dealing with the lower tier women, I'm just the women who are less attractive, it's not gonna bother you. I work with people who mess up deals because of women. There's dudes out there, they just can't help themselves, man. They go after women, they define themselves by the women and how beautiful these women are, to the point where they stop working. They'll only go focus on these women and they'll let the work go. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Man, she's so fine, this and that. Like, you know, all right. But you can't let it stop the work. Look at Fresh. Look at Organic, man. Look at these dudes who are out here, bro. You can't, like Brandon Carter, you can't let it stop what you're doing. Right? So guys, if you go from being invisible to being visible, and then, your next order of business should be to only talk to beautiful women. Just learn how to talk to beautiful women. Don't let that be a thing to you. Don't pedestalize any woman. If you put any woman on the pedestal, put that woman on the pedestal who adds value. That woman who's out there helping you do, like Jeremy is saying right here. If she's out here helping you build, that you put on the pedestal. And look at Mike Lee. He's always he's right though. Without the hair, has BBLs, tattoos, and piercings, a 10 is a truly natural beauty. Yeah, I agree with you. Selena, Mexican singer, is a dime. Selena was fine. Selena was fine. Go back and watch it. Got that chili bomb, man. Go back and watch that, bro. Tragic what happened to her. But yeah, I would agree. Fine. She's up there. 9, 10 for sure. Up there. Just when she was about to take the world by storm. Beautiful woman. What's that? Tejano singer? What's that? That's genre music? Anyway, let's continue.
So the hot girl, I mean, is this crazy? Are we really arguing?
So let me ask you. Let me ask you a question. So Casey, so the let's say the hypothetical 9 or 10 that you think is difficult to get, you try to get her, was difficult. Another guy talks to her and he sleeps with her within 5 minutes or 10 minutes. What's the difference? The difference is the guy. You understand? So what I'm saying is the same girl you think it's hard to get, that girl's fucking other guys quickly. Because those other guys she's sexually attracted to. So if you're saying a woman is difficult to get, that means she's not sexually attracted to you. Fact. That's why it's difficult for you to get her. Because she's not sexually attracted to you.
Nope, I didn't say that. You just have more hoops to jump through, right? Like,
no, but that's what I'm saying. Why are you jumping through hoops with a girl that really likes you? If a girl really is attracted to you sexually,
no. I'm not jumping through hoops. It's metaphorical. Don't get caught up on
what's the metaphorical hoops that you're jumping through?
It's a checklist of standards that a woman has. The more beautiful a woman is, generally speaking, the more standards that she has.
Okay, so then why is she fucking a guy quickly and making the other guy wait?
Many beautiful women, look, she could be young and ovulating and drunk and on.
He can't answer the question. There are dimes out there, bro. Like, I've seen it. Like, I told the story when I was doing the stand-up. I was promoting my rooms in LA. I had a really good room on Sunset. This was back when Sunset was popping. I'm on Sunset. and all the cool kids would come to the show, our comedy shows. We had a weekly show, right? And there was this woman, man, she was Sri Lankan. This little shorty was a dime. I mean, just exotic looking, jet black hair, like caramel skin, beautiful, man. Ugh. I guess hazelnut skin, I guess you say hazelnut. Like, she was a little shorter, petite, amazing body. And she was a Hollywood cool kid, man. She was out there doing things. She had credits, right? She was out there doing things. Came from a wealthy family, dime. Called me on a random night. I just happened to be out there doing my thing, just chilling. She called me on a random night. Now, mind you, I seen her with the cool kids. I know who she kicked it with. She knew who I was. Been seeing her since before I was doing comedy. Been seeing her since before I was a promoter. Right? Never really said 2 words to one another ever. She saw me that night, called me at one of the bars on Sunset. What's up? Blah, blah, blah. An hour and 15 minutes later, we in her apartment, which was right around the corner, right off of Sunset. We was at her apartment, getting it in, bro. Getting it in. I ain't jumped through nan hoop. Right? We barely had a conversation, bro. I'm talking about from the moment she said what's up when we was sitting at the bar. Actually, I said what's up. I walked into the bar and saw that what's good. So from that moment to this minute, it was an hour and 15 minutes. From that moment to boom, around the corner in there. And there was no hoops to jump through. That's what she wanted to do, was on. Dime. How many guys are shooting at her, taking her out, doing all this kind of stuff, jumping through the hoops? Didn't even know where she lived. How many dudes out there trying to get at her? Dimes. It's just, you can't pedestalize. Bro, you got to sit there and understand what's going on. My game was such that I realized she was about it. And I kept my foot out my mouth. I tell people all the time, I tell these dudes out here, bro, I'm like, the true mastery of your game, man, is learning when to keep, when to shut up. Keep your foot out your mouth. You got to be able to see when a woman is trying to get at you, when she's throwing those hooks, right? When she puts herself in your orbit. You have to have enough game to see it. If you don't see it, you might only get the one shot. And it has nothing to do with pickup artistry lines. It has nothing to do, with your social circle, whatever. It's all about that moment. You got to be sharp enough to see it in the moment. Be able to say what needs to be said. Keep it to a minimum. Keep your foot out your mouth. Right? And then roll to the next step. That's all it was. That's all it was that night, bro. My game is such that I was able to identify it, and I was able to not talk myself out of it. I didn't touch anything, bro, until we got to her crib. And I can't say what I was saying to her once we got back to her crib. You know what I mean? That's gonna be for behind the paywall. But it was bad boy talk.
That night, a guy got lucky because she was ovulating.
Also, it was luck. Okay.
Because it broke. There's an element of luck in everything.
No, so what I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have this girl who's a 9 or a 10. Call her Jennifer. Jennifer slept with.
Real quick.
What?
There is elements of luck to everything. It was lucky that Myron and Fresh met each other. It was really lucky for me that I met Fresh. I happened to just be walking around on Lincoln up randomly, and that was how I got the friendship, and that's how I got the Fresh and Fit podcast. That was just complete and utter luck. There's luck. There's luck in making money. There's luck in networking.
Okay, so but Casey, this is what I'm asking you. What I'm saying is that her name Jennifer slept with guys, right?
Yeah, got it, Jennifer. 8 of those guys, they had to jump through hoops. They had to talk to her a long time, do all this other stuff. 2 of those guys, right, ended up smashing her within 5 or 10 minutes in a bathroom in a club, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is that same girl is treating guys differently because it depends on the guy she's talking to. So if you're in a situation where it's hard for you to attract, have sex with, or do whatever with the hot girl, that means that hot girl does not see you as that guy, meaning that you are not the top guy she wants to be with sexually. Why is it so hard to understand? I don't struggle per se to. That's a lie, Casey. Stop it. Get with extremely.
That is a lie. If he'd attacked on any more, but come on, you can ascertain from his conversation with Locario tonight in this video we watching right here, like, bro, at some point you struggled. Dimes are special to you. Like, women are special to me, all women. I love all women, right? I love them all the same. But dimes are any. She ain't no more special than the 8 or the 9 or the 6, right? Because in fact, dimes, generally speaking, they're a headache, man. They give you more problems. But nowadays, all women give you the same type problem. They get the same little attitude or whatever. So you gotta cut them loose. But for him to say that, bro, like he ain't being honest, man. Like Casey, you ain't being honest right now, bro. Like if you never struggled with dimes, you never would have really left America like that. Why? It'd have been other reasons for you leaving America. Like George Gammon left America for a million reasons. None of them had to do with a woman. Right? So you can tell the difference. Like I said, bro, you can see the game. Y'all can see the game. And again, this is Casey's gonna watch this. He's gonna learn from it. He's gonna sit back and be like, okay. I think you're gonna see he's going to mellow out a little bit because like dude is losing this thing, man. He's just like he's been losing this since it started. Even Fresh is sitting back there rubbing his head like, well, that's my man. That's my man's in them.
Attractive women.
That's
every guy on the universe, including me, struggles to get with extremely attractive women on the. It's not why are you struggling? You don't?
No, absolutely not.
And how come all the girls you hook up with are fucking 4s and 5s?
Show me pictures of all the girls I hooked up with.
Real quick.
Show me 5 of them.
Let's do this in a more debate style, guys, if you guys don't mind. So the first topic was, for example, first night getting laid is an issue or not, right? Let's do 2-minute time frames between each party.
5 at best.
Hold on. But to be fair,
according to you, that has to fly to Brazil to get women. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have to go on a plane to get women and pay them. You see what I'm saying? I didn't have to do that. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa, pay them?
Yes.
Who says I pay them?
Bro, I saw a video. You said you threw a party and you got the girls Ubers.
Brother.
What?
Wow.
You paid for their Ubers to come to your party you threw.
Let's rewind that. Casey.
All right, so they're about to go back and forth. Before they get into it, here's the deal. If I were Casey and someone hit me with that, I'm like, yeah, man, it was a business thing. I did pay to have, I sourced a bunch of beautiful women. I had people in town. I definitely paid for them to come over as a business expense. Right? If you are dating a woman, guys, and this is, again, if there's dudes out here, bro, everyone that struggled, man, it is what it is to learn this game. Right? Here's the deal. If you dealing with a woman who's really into you, bro, and she wants to come over and see you, she's not going to ask you for any Uber money. She's not going to ask you to come pick her up. She's just going to show up. It's going to be a text like, are you home? And you can say, yes. Like, bet I'll be there in 10. I'll be there in 5. If she's really into you. Now, if you want to, pay to have women come through, I mean, that's fine. It's like buying drinks or whatever. You can chalk it up to that. That's cool. But just understanding women who really want to see you, they're going to pay, man. They're going to pay to get themselves there. They're going to get there. They're going to find their own way to see you. And they're not going to ask you for nothing. When people ask me about this, like, so you saying don't do it, don't pay? I'm like, nah, that's a choice you got to make. All I'm saying is that she really wants to see you, bro. She's going to get it. She's going to find a way over there. Now, mind you, I came up, I was doing my damage before Uber. And I had a couple girls, be out here smashing whatever, doing whatever, and they'll hit you up. Or you'll hit them up or whatever. They're like, hey, you still want me to come over tonight? It's like, yeah, I'll be home in 20 minutes. She's like, well, my car ain't running right. So if you're not going to come get me, can you pay for the cab? And I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know what? Don't worry about it. I'll see you next week or some shit like that. Right? I used to always say, I'm like, nah, I'm not paying for it. Now, here's the thing. The reason I didn't pay for it back then was because I was broke. Like, I ain't have money like that, bro. You can stay where you at, shorty. Nah, I ain't paying for you to come over here. That was the true reason. But even if I had money, I wouldn't have paid it. Nah, because if you want to see me, you're going to figure out how to get over here and more importantly, how to get back home again, right? So, but if you want to pay for that today, the culture has changed a little bit. If she's like, hey, can you pay for my Uber? If you want to do that, I mean, that's fine. That's on you. But I'm not doing that. Not with women that I'm trying to have a relationship with. Now, if it's just somebody I'm trying to smash and she bad, like she got her body is a 10 out of 10, body wise, I know she freaky like that. And the only thing that's standing in between me and smashing her that night is a $20 Uber ride. Yeah, I'm sending the Uber to go get you. Yeah, absolutely. Right. But same scenario, same woman, she fine. She want to come see me. And I send the $30 or whatever, $20 for the Uber. She gets to the crib talking about, oh, it's that time of the month. I can't do nothing. She's cut off. She's cut off because this game being played, man. The game is afoot, as our British cousins say across the pond. The game is afoot. She testing you, bro. It's the game. It's the game. So if you Ubering somebody over and then she come over and hit you with the okie doke and you still messing with her afterwards, nah, man. Like I said, so just nip it out in the butt. Like, man, I ain't dealing with it. Like, I ain't dealing with it. So it's not considered paying per se. I don't have a problem with it. I look at Uber, like I said, like getting drinks, buying or appetizers or whatever. I look at it as like that. But if it's just a woman I'm trying to holler at, we ain't really established nothing, and she talking about I'm only gonna come see you if you pay the Uber for me to come over there. That means you ain't really trying to see me, so you can stay where you at. That's where I'm at with it. That's some old school player shit right there. Oh, you really ain't trying to fuck with me, so I'm finna holler at the next one on the list. That's what I'm gonna do, because it should always be a woman ready to come see you, fam. Women will come get you, bro. I done had women pick me up and take me back to their crib. Like, won't you come get me? You gotta, it's all part of the game. You want to see if she really into you or not. She want to see you, she gonna come see you, bro. Period. She ain't gonna want nothing from you but the obvious. She gonna want that joystick. She trying to give you the Foxy Brown, bro. She don't want nothing in return. Why? Because she enjoys your company. That's what Locario is talking about. And what Casey is talking about is a little bit different. But he was unable, in my opinion, to articulate exactly what he meant.
Pays girls. Casey's a trick. Casey just pays the girls. He paid for their Ubers.
Yeah, you paid for all these girls Uber to come to your party, right?
I just say, yeah, man, it's a business expense. Yeah,
Casey, it's okay. Listen, I'm talking.
This know what to say.
I'm here to teach. This is what I'm saying. If you have game, you would create a party and the girls would come on their own Uber.
Nobody needs you to teach how to pick up fours because nobody wants to learn.
No. Casey, this is what I'm saying. Show me 5 women I fucked. Put them on the screen right now. Show me 5 women I fucked.
All right, here we go. After this, Fresh, you can kind of help organize this. Unless the chat just likes us.
Okay. So here's the funny part, right? Both of you guys are right in a different way. But this is what I will say. We can't see all of Locario's girls because he doesn't post all.
By the way, okay, this was a model he didn't have sex with, by the way. So this girl is out.
So that's what I'm saying. Show me 5 women I fucked.
This is like a disgusting looking granny that would probably rate around 3 or 4 to most guys.
So this, I mean, right here, man. Like, Casey, don't do this, bro. It's a bad look, man. This makes you look bad. There are plenty of dudes out there who would love to have the game Locario has, to be able to get the access to be seen by women, period. Bottom line. Fresh is trying to tell them, like, yo, man, y'all coming from it, y'all, the same side of the coin, or 2 sides of the same coin, some shit like that. But what Locario is saying is like, bro, he ain't into that. Point blank, period. He's like, I don't post them like that. I guarantee you Locario done been with some dimes. I guarantee you been with some sloths. You know what I mean? That's how the game is played.
Background of where I come from, RSD Tyler, aka Owen Cook, aka the creator of the entire pickup artist space as we know it. I mean, technically mystery, but Owen really created
Look how excited he is about saying
RSD,
this, bro.
Or sorry, RSD Todd, or Todd V Dating, another one of the most famous and successful pickup artists of all time. Dave
Todd V Dating, I've seen his YouTube channel, bro. These are all, listen, and I'm saying this with love and respect, man. A lot of weirdos fall into the PUA world. Why? Because the results are cool. They're seen right away. It's the baloney of game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the cold cuts of game. You ain't getting filet over here. We gonna show you these little tricks or whatever, and we gonna, you gonna do this, and you're gonna be able to manipulate your way into a situation. Cool. I ain't mad, man. It's a game. Don't hate the player, right? Hate the game. I get it. Right? But that's where Casey is. To him, that was like, this is the foundation. This is the way. Locario is from the trenches, bro. From the mud. Like, bro, what you talking about, man? If you got a woman that you messing with and you got her using pickup artistry shit, someone like Locario or myself or even Fresh will come up and take that woman from you, bro. Because you ain't really got to where you need to be. You need to be in her head. You ain't in her head, bro. You playing tricks. You don't even know her like that. You don't even know yourself. True game starts with you. You got to know yourself. right? Even Christopher's saying it, bro. He's like, Casey is literally listening off the LGBTQs of the pickup industry, bro. That's my thing, bro. Now here's the thing: it could work. Like if it works for you, if that's what you found first, and you getting success from it, cool. Go ahead, do you. But understand you were barely scratching the surface of true game.
Dave Perota, Austin Holloman, not Austin Holloman at any game with the United States. All those other people can vouch for me and would say Casey was an amazing player when he lived in America. I've seen Casey do amazing things, invited to be a guest instructor on their boot camps, befriended all these people. I was famous in the community. I was not officially, but I not so officially ran these like they were called layers, kind of a cringe name, but the LA like pickup layer or pickup group. I've been paid thousands of dollars to teach this. I mean, my resume checks out. You can ask about me, partner. I got receipts of the girls that I banged in the U.S. as well.
So, but then this is what I'm saying. So then if you're doing all this, why are you paying for the women's Ubers to come to your party?
Can't answer that. Again, the answer would have been, yo, this was a business move. You know, I wanted these women to come over. It was a business expense or whatever. But Locario's point is true players don't pay for shit. And that's a fact. There are dudes out there who will use that money. I'm talking about hustlers and all that, like the plug, like dudes who got bread, trust fund guys. There's dudes who got money. But the true players, if the dudes with money and all that, they're real players like a Jamie Foxx. That's just Jamie Foxx. In LA, Jamie Foxx was fucking notorious for these parties in the hills, like one of his spots in the hills. If you got the chance to go to a Jamie Foxx party, which I didn't, I never went to one, but if you got a chance to go to it, those things were legendary, bro. Jamie Foxx didn't pay a single woman to be there. There were no Uber rides. If he gave an Uber ride to a woman, it was like his girl at the time or something like that. But it wasn't like, yo, he wasn't sending out limos. He wasn't sending out black cars. He wasn't sending out cabs. He was like, look, I got this party. If you want to come through, you can. My people will call you or whatever and give you the address. And them women couldn't wait to be there. That's what Locario is talking about. If you really deep in the playerism, right? If your game on point, these women will show up, bro. You ain't got it. Matter of fact, not only will they show up, they'll show up and actually do work. You can tell them to come there early and bring shit. You can tell them to come there early and cook because they're competing for you. They're competing for you. They'll show up early, clean, cook, get everything set up, get everything, how the way you want it, whatever, because they competing. And there are other women that show up with gifts, bottles, and this and that because they competing. That's what Locario's talking about. Locario's point is a good point. It's like, bro, if you top tier like that, why are you paying for them to show up? Even in, Colombia. Why are you paying for them? Because trust me, Colombian women can get where they want to get. If you the man like that, they coming up with the bread, they going to show up. They'll get that money. Why? They got dudes on the line. They got dudes in the friend zones. They got American simpletons. They get that cash out with the quickness. How much they need to get over there? A couple thousand pesos? No problem. No problem. They'll get that. You know what I mean? I need 50,000 pesos for the night. No problem. I don't know what the conversion is right now, but what is that? Like $30? Something like that. If y'all out there help me with the conversion, but 50,000 pesos ain't nothing. They'll get that. Right? To get at your party if you the man. That's the point Locario is making. And Brother Pitney, you know what I mean? You're right, man. Yeah, PUA is a pathetic attempt to make a girl think you actually have game. I mean, I can see that. I see these dudes. I've been around these dudes. Trust me. Being in LA, there was a lot of those guys, bro. And those guys were just as insecure as the women that they were tricking or trapping or chasing, however you want to put it. Them dudes ain't concerned. I look cool, right? I'm cool, right? We cool. They saying that to each other. Right? Some of the guys that ran with me in LA be doing some, I look cool, I'm cool, right? I'm like, bro, don't you ever ask me some silly shit like that again. Because I'm from a different place, man. I'm from the Midwest, man. We ain't on that. If you got to ask me if you cool, then the answer is no, you ain't. You know what I mean? Nah, you ain't a player. True players don't walk around talking about, hey, I'm a player, right? I'm pimping, right? Ain't nobody saying that shit, bro. What you talking about, man?
Absolutely no way that you could throw a penthouse party in Medellin, Colombia without paying for the girls' Ubers. That's the culture there. These girls have no money and they would see it as rude. And the penthouse party.
So you
should
do
not
things
exist.
based on what the woman wants you to do. Is that what you're saying?
That is not at all what I said. That's just how reality
That's like what you
works
said.
there.
You said it's the culture there. So that means that you adhere to the culture versus adhering to your own standard as a man. So what I'm saying is that, and you said the woman would think it's rude. So you care about what women think. Why do you care if they think it's rude?
Brother,
if they think
I don't
it's
give
rude,
a fuck what they think. I want to have a party.
You just said it was rude. You just said they don't think it's rude. Why do you give a fuck if they think it's rude?
Why do I don't give a fuck if they think it's rude or not. I give a fuck if their fine ass is at my motherfucking party or not.
Right. And why can't you get their fine asses to your party by them paying for their own Uber or walking or whatever the fuck? Why can't you do that?
They wouldn't do that for anybody besides Bad Bunny, maybe. Bad Bunny, they'll find a way. They'll beg, borrow, and steal for the money.
Okay, so why?
You see how Locario is breaking him down. You see, I think, who was it? Was it Brother Christopher? Was it you? Was like, yo, man, Casey cool, but he got to work on his debating skills. Was it you? Somebody in the chat said it. Right? Somebody in the chat said it. But the thing is this, Locario is making a great point, man. Even in Colombia, man, if she's competing for you, if she's into you, she'll get to you. She'll get to you. She'll get there. Now, will they ask for money? Will they ask for someone to bring them? Like, can you send me a car? Of course. Yeah, they do that here in the States too. But if you the dude, bro, I'm telling you, man, it's one of those things. It's like the more money you have, the more clout you have, the more stuff people want to give you, right? The more people want to give you. It's crazy how that works, right? It's crazy how that works. But I know for a fact in Medellin, if you doing something, and let's say you're having a party, a cool little party, whatever, little get together, and you got some high status people there. You tell some women, whatever, these are people I'm gonna have here, and she know them, and she know you, and she's into you. She'll show up, bro. She'll show up. She will show up. Now, yeah, if she, you're like, hey, how'd you get here? You all right? Now, if you want to be a gentleman and pay for that, cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? But I'm just saying, Locario makes a great point. I got a bunch of gringos from America. These are all top tier guys. They like me. They on my level. I'm only inviting certain type of women, like certain women. You definitely want them. If you want to come, please come. No, you can't bring in your friends, bro. If she look at you as the guy, then she's gonna show up, bro. She's gonna show up.
Why can't you deal with women who see you like Bad Bunny?
Oh my God, brother.
No, that's what, because Casey. When in the video, this is what you said in the video. You said, for guys like us. What did you mean when you said for guys like us in that video that we just, the clip? You said, well, for guys like us, that's rare. What do you mean for guys like us?
I was talking about experienced players who actually know what it's like to deal with attractive women, aka, sorry to say, unfortunately, apparently not you.
No, you weren't talking about that. You were saying for guys like us who really don't get girls, nerdy guys who had to learn pick up.
No, I didn't say that. No,
you're saying for guys like us who have to pay for women's Ubers to come to the party. That's what you're basically saying. What I'm saying to you is that if your game was tight, the women would want to come to your party and find their own way. That's what I'm saying.
These aren't women I know. They're coming from a fucking Instagram ad. They don't know who I am. They don't know.
So anyway, so you pay for women's Ubers you don't even know?
Yes.
What are we talking about?
All Casey had to do was say, like I said, that was a business move. I basically, it was part of my marketing budget. I wanted these women here. I sourced them from Instagram. I'm fluent in the language, so I was able to vet them. And yes, I'm gonna. That's kind of like what your boy does on whatever podcast, like that Brian guy pays, right? This was a power move, a marketing move. That's why I did it. And what Locario is talking about is slightly different. If Casey had just came out and said that, there would be no need to argue this. This would have been done. But, again, Casey it's like, I am the man, look at my pictures, right? And you can't do that. A player is going to look at you like, okay, word. Like, I'm the man, word. I mean, I hear you, right? But I don't see it. You the man, but we up in this spot and you ain't pulled shit. right? Which is cool, but this the fifth spot we've been in tonight, bro. What you have a bad night? What's going on? You ain't pulling nothing. Real players, especially when you out there, man, you go spots, people know you when you walk in there. Oh, what's up? Saints in the building. What's good, fam? What's happening? What's good? You know what I mean? Shit, what's shaking in here? Like, oh, I want you to meet somebody. Da da da. And Casey's from Miami, so if you're not rocking like that, he should be like that. And when he was in Colombia, it should be like that. There's a difference, right? I don't have to show you, bro. You see it. If you come out with me, you see it. And that's what Locario is talking about. And Casey, brother, this was a rough one. This was a rough one. Oops, my bad.
Female to male, baller, penthouse, Dan Bilzerian style, penthouse in Medellin, which is one of the most amazing feats of man. Something you could never pull off, something that 99% of men could you ever in your wildest dreams fill a penthouse with gorgeous women and profit from it?
Oh,
you know, I profited too. I had guys pay me. First of all, if I had
the answer is yes. Any dude who's competent at networking in any country you could set up a party, bro. Any promoter, anybody who has any kind of promotion skills or any marketing skills and networking skills could pull it off. You can absolutely pull it off. Now, would I have a bunch of 20-somethings in there? Nah, I would have older women in there. But yeah, it could be done. But I mean, I get it. What he's doing, I'm not trying to lessen what Casey has done and what Casey is doing. I'm not trying to lessen it at all, but bro, it can be done. That's like me walking around talking about, can anybody else do a comedy show like I do comedy shows? You can do it. You can do it. Right? Can anybody else throw a party like me? Yeah. Somebody else can. There have been mansion parties in Colombia going on for 30 plus years. When I used to go down there, my homeboy used to go down there, Perry. He's been on this platform. Perry would tell me, like, nah, we don't want to go to those parties. It's really just it's a way to get money out of you, bro. It's a play. They got a bunch of girls in there, all the girls in there in the game. You know, don't go. Now, Casey, he specifically didn't have those type women in his events. He didn't want them women. He got the college girls or whatever, like, because he spoke the lingo, he was able to get them. He didn't want the girls in the game in there, but they're always going to infiltrate. You'd be surprised. It's just the dollar is so strong compared to the Colombian peso, bro. It's easy for these girls to run a finesse. So even though you're trying to weed them out, you never ever would weed out 100% of them. These girls come in here and run their game. And you got a bunch of dudes who got a bunch of gringos who have no experience with beautiful women, right? They show up, they're going to pay top dollar. They're going to pay top dollar just to be there. So yeah, congratulations, Casey. He ran a good play. I ain't mad at him. And it was better than what they normally do in Colombia. But to think that no one was doing this before Casey came along, come on now. Mansion parties all the time down there. I'm talking about big mansions, man, secured by the cartels. You pull up into the thing, bro, like some of the dudes are like, yeah, man, when you pull up the long driveway, you see cartel guys at the mouth of the driveway. You get to the top, there's more cartel guys there, bro, and you see the weapons. I'm like, word? Like, yeah, man, ain't nobody stopping in there. That's their money. So it goes on.
had the money and I even paid them and lost money, that'd still be some baller shit because I can afford it. Second of all, I made money off the parties. And third of all, bro, the fact that you're implying that I have this masculine frame and you should just, based on my red beard and my fucking scalp, should want to come to my part. Like, bro, guys like you say, oh, I never text girls throughout the day. I never do any good morning texts. I never pay their.
I don't do good morning texts.
Yeah, and we see the caliber of girls that you get.
Show me 5 girls that I'm fucking.
I did like 10 times.
Yeah, they go round and round. Like Casey really puts a lot on that. Let me jump to the end. We can wrap this up. I just looked up, man. It was coming on 2 hours. Coming up on 2 hours. 150. Let's see. One hour, 51 minutes and 55 seconds in. Let's jump ahead here. This was towards the end. I wanted to just go over this last little bit and we're running right about here. But the bottom line is this, gentlemen. Do not sell yourself short. Get your confidence up. Right. I think a lot of you dudes should go out here and try to talk to the finest people that you can. Hold on, guys. My daughter wants to show me a bed. My daughter's decided to be a interior designer. She's trying to redesign her room. She wants shelves. She wants a new bed. There's nothing wrong with the bed you got. Yeah, whatever. She's got a beautiful bed. She's like, she needs more space. I bet you didn't even measure to see how big that other bed is. Nope, she didn't measure. The bed she wants to get is bigger than one she has, and she's trying to save space. I love being a parent. I really do. I love being a parent. Anyway, let's get back to what we're talking about. Fellas, once you go from being invisible to being seen by women, what you should do is focus on talking to attractive women. Now, this is definitely going to be tough for a lot of you guys. You're like, man, damn, Saint, how do I do that? Go to restaurants, like hang out at the bar, like do appetizers, go for happy hours or whatever, where you know they're beautiful women, and just engage with them. Just chit chat, right? Like especially if you got a Hooters or a tilted kilt or something like that, that's what they do all day. Just go in there and just chit chat. Just normal conversation. Try to see if you can get her to laugh or chuckle with something you have to say, break contact, leave, and come back in a couple weeks and see if she remembers you. This is what you're working on. Learn how to leave an impression. So go places where you know there are beautiful waitresses, there are beautiful bartenders. Go and just learn how to chit chat. That's what y'all should do. And it'll take the stigma off of these beautiful women. Just go out here and just chat them up, bro. See what's going on. And once they get cool with you, they let their guard down. You can see what's going on, bro. You'll see that there's no difference between the 10 and the 4. When it comes to this sort of thing, there's no difference. They're really getting the same amount of attention from dudes, bro. It's crazy, huh? Doesn't make sense. But for you as a dude who was invisible last year, now you're visible and you got all these women, go out here and get used to being around beautiful women. Right? Don't try to holler at them. Don't ask to take them out. Right? Don't ask for their social media. Let them ask for yours. Don't just chat them up, bro. Just go in there and talk. Hey, what's a good night to come in here? Hey, is this dead? Hey, is this busy? If you hear some weirdo dude say something to her, it's like, damn, girl, you go through that all the time, and she'll start telling you, oh my God, let me tell you. And then don't ask for her name right away. Just engage and chat because they're at work. They got to talk to you, right? And then eventually see how long it takes for her to ask for your name. See how long it takes for her to give you a little extra good pour. See how long it takes for her to give you a free drink. See how long it takes for her to introduce you to her friends. Right? That's what you need to do. What Casey is doing falls short because they put too much emphasis on the fact that, I can get a beautiful woman. Okay. Because from someone like Locario and point of view, or my point of view, or Fresh's point of view, is like, we all can do that. I got a dime. Yeah, bro, we got dimes. Like, what are you talking about? We got dimes right here in the good old USA. I got dimes in Colombia. At least I had them. It's been a long time since I've been in Colombia. Same thing in South Korea. Same thing in Japan. Same thing in Germany. Right? I got dimes over there, bro. Right? Same thing in Norway. I got dimes over there. So you have to know how to talk to people. Don't be afraid, or don't put added value on her beauty. It's only skin deep. It don't mean nothing, man. Learn how to engage in conversation with beautiful women. Learn how to break the ice. Again, don't ask for their name. Just start up a conversation. And then come back in a couple weeks, start up another conversation. See how long it takes for her to ask for your name, right? Learn how to talk to folks, man. Brother Christopher, he said, as soon as your daughter started her interior designing, all your bandwidth came back. Yeah, because she got off of her. You right, bro. She got off of whatever it was she was doing. Yeah, I think she was playing with her virtual reality. She got a VR set down there. And she was supposed to be doing her homework. She probably had that rig on. You doing your homework? Yeah. Shooting up stuff. Pew, pew, pew. I love being a father. And I really do. I really do. So I'm gonna have to holler at Viking. At some point this year, I'm gonna have to get his system in here. But let's listen to this last little bit, and you guys will see why I preface all this with what I said about beautiful women. Let's keep going.
who have husbands and boyfriends.
No. I'm
Never
saying that
smashed
most
a
of the women that I smashed had husband and boyfriends. Now there are girls who are single and just
Wow.
dating
That is
that I
weird,
smashed. But
bro.
what I'm saying is, even those single girls are
That
also
is
dating
weird,
other
bro.
guys. Because this is the thing,
Is that
those
like a
single
weird
girls are
balance?
also dating other guys who are basically tricking and simping. So I
And
can't
why
like,
don't
if
you
I go on
show-
my phone and I say, hey guys, look, I fucked this girl over here, right? That girl is right now dealing with dealing with a guy who's probably tricking on her. So if she knows that I fucked her without tricking, he's gonna look at her like, why the fuck am I tricking? So I'm fucking up her hustle by trying to put out the shit. Why would I do that?
Oh, because you only act through Locario. You only do what Locario wants. You're
Right.
acquiescing to what the girl wants. You're
Right. I'm doing
supplicating to the
exactly
girl.
right. I'm doing exactly what I
Supplicating to the
want.
girl. You're being submissive to the girl by protecting her hustle. You don't want to fuck her. You know that if you showed evidence of you with hot girls, it would
Mhm.
improve your sales. Point
No,
blank
it
period.
won't. No,
If
it
you are-
won't.
Bro,
No, it
if you
won't.
are an architect and you don't show people the buildings you build, you will get less sales. If you're a physical, personal
Locario shows it in the trenches, in the streets. I don't know why Casey doesn't want to latch onto that. It's about, it's about what you're doing in the real world and how you talking. Y'all can see how dude is handling this. He's kind of like, all right, whatever. Right? He ain't got nothing to prove. Right? So the dudes out here smashing a bunch of women who are in relationships, you know what I mean? Here's a hot take. I'm gonna say 95 to 99% of women out there, they're in some type of relationship. They'll call it a situationship, but they got a dude. Bro, it's extremely rare to come across a woman who's single and not dealing with any men. It's rare. It's rare. Even the women who are out here talking about they hate men and this and that, I can't stand, I don't want them to stay away from me. They got a dude they dealing with. The vast majority of women out here. So when you look at someone like Locario, it's like, oh, you messing with this woman and she's in a relationship. First of all, you won't even know the woman's into a relationship half the time until after the deed is done. So after y'all done smash. Why? Because that's what she wanted. She wanted to smash you. Then, she'll tell you like, oh, I'm in a situation or I'm married or I'm whatever. And the reason she's messing with you, she already know you got player tactics, right? She can sense the player vibes, so to speak. So she already know, like, I'm gonna be safe messing with this guy because he's gonna keep his mouth shut. And you got people out there who are like, well, prove that you was with the girl. I'm not trying to get her in trouble. I'm not trying to mess up that situation. And it's still there. She'll circle back. It's still there. If a woman knows you keep your mouth shut, bro, it's on. She's gonna come back and see you. So again, that's a level of the game that a lot of dudes, especially the PUA guys, they never reach that level of the game ever.
trainer, you don't show your
But
business,
Casey,
more
this is what you're not getting. This is what you're not getting. The sales you're talking about, Casey, the sales you're talking about, I don't want. Do you understand that?
We've already showed pictures of the girls. The chat rate the girls that you think are pretty. The chat rates them like a 3 or 4, bro.
Okay, so how did I be this successful for all these years if that's the metric that guys need in order to be able to learn game?
Listen,
You
probably
say,
listen,
you can probably teach a guy how to approach a girl. I'm not saying that. Like, I believe that if a client gave you money and said, take me out to, New York, Times Square, whatever, and teach them the basic principles of how to walk up to a woman, I believe you could do that. I haven't watched a lot of your content. I've watched some of it. It's the general kind of known pickup artists fundamentals, game fundamentals that don't really change. You've been doing this for a really, really long time. I'm not here to tell you why your business, has worked for you. All I'm trying to say is, bruh, if you had the receipts, you would post the receipts. You don't post.
No, I would not.
Because
no, I wouldn't.
Them. And everything you say about like, I do everything for me. I do everything on my terms. I don't take girls to dinner if I don't want to. I. And then you just said, oh, well, she probably has a sugar daddy and I don't want to fuck up her hustle. So that's why I don't post the pictures.
Because I don't want to fuck up her hustle. Okay, see, I can't say too much
about her hustle.
No, Casey, I can't say too much because there's certain things that happen behind the snes that if I said it, it's gonna fuck shit up. So let's just leave it there. Because see, if Casey,
what's funny about this is the way Locario is doing his best to protect someone's privacy. Fresh does the same thing. Fresh does the same thing. He'll talk off camera. He won't talk on camera. He won't be, hey, the one girl, he'll talk in code, but he won't talk about, hey, you remember Jane Smith that we met over at Kimono on January 3rd, 2023? He won't say that. Here's her picture. He won't do that. He'll talk in code until the cameras are off, and then he'll be like, oh, yeah, that's so-and-so boy, or whatever. He'll tell you whatever, but on camera, he's going to keep it quiet, just like Locario's like, I'm going to keep that quiet, right? I would hope Casey would do the same thing. Right. But again, the pickup artistry only scratches the surface, bro. You don't really get into the real game. A pickup artist ain't gonna know how to deal with a woman that he done picked up. She done lied to him. He done lied to her. He got what he wanted. And now she's like, yeah, I'm married to the chief of police, or I'm married to special agent so-and-so. He ain't gonna know what to do. Right? Because she got him at that point. She can say whatever she want to say. I'm gonna tell my husband you did this, that, and that. DNA is all over the place, bro. Like, I'm just saying, I know it sounds wild, but you got to be careful, bro. You don't know who you dealing with out here in these streets, man. So pickup artistry only takes you so far. Like, you just trying to smash. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay, you trying to smash. All right. But pickup artistry, okay, what about after? How often are you gonna be able to smash? Right? Those are the kind of things that's the next level thing, bro. That's next level. You know what I mean? Like, Casey, hi, how about, this is from Brother Christopher's. Casey saying, hi, I bought a Fresh and Fit DMs on Demand course and cloned it. Now I swear I know game. Please believe me. Man, that's kind of how it comes off. Like, please listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. You can't chase it like that, bro. You can't chase it like that. That's a good comment, Christopher.
I'll say this. If Casey had game, he would know what it means to deal with a woman who's also dealing with a sucker who has money. But I'll just leave it at that. But we can continue. Go ahead.
Every girl that you smash has.
We could keep it going. Let's not even go there. Let's not even go there.
Every girl you smash has a sugar daddy or a boyfriend.
No, I didn't say every girl. I said a lot of the girls that I smash have boyfriends or husbands. And what I'm saying is there's single women that I smash, right? But they got other shit going on. What I'm telling you is that I cannot be a coach telling men that the game is not about women. Don't put women on a pedestal. And then I'm like, here, guys, look, I'm putting this woman on a pedestal. Does that make any fucking sense? No. How can I teach you to do something and then do the opposite? That makes me a hypocrite. That makes no fucking sense.
You have already posted your photos with girls too. We've already seen them. So how come you say you don't show any receipts? You never show receipts. Yet,
I said to show my woman, the only one girl who's my girlfriend. I show her because she's earned her spot in my life, which is what I teach guys to only deal with women in a certain way. When they earn their spots. That's what I'm talking about.
Now, pay attention to this part right here. This is real important. This part coming up is when I was, because I'm like, Casey's kind of on the ropes, but he did get off a couple good flurries. And I'm like, maybe it's kind of even a little bit. Maybe, I don't know if you want to make that argument. But this part coming up right here is like, knockout. It shows where the pickup artistry guys, where they live and what they're after versus the dudes with real game. And it's, bro, check this out.
About.
Well, I will say this from a creator standpoint.
But see, you post every girl because the women are like that's your thing. You feel what I'm saying?
Your girlfriend?
Yes, that's my girlfriend.
Okay. Yo, by the way, April's amazing. She's awesome, and I've known her for a while too as well. She's amazing. But listen, Casey, here's the issue, right? Just to bring this up as a creator as well. Posting girls is great. It's amazing. It's receipts. Everyone wants that until they don't. Let me explain. I used to post receipts on my page, on my YouTube, and on my vlog channel. Brother, let me tell you, bro. Posting receipts, it was fun until it wasn't. Because the girls will say, oh, I have a boyfriend now, take that down. Or they'll be like, hey, listen, this is my privacy. I'm not cool with it anymore. And yes, it works, but I can see why some people don't do it actively because it can damage a lot of things behind the scenes. And honestly speaking, bro, sometimes it's just not worth it. So I understand why he doesn't post all the girls, but understand that he does get girls. I've seen it myself too as well. So yes.
Fresh, when the first time I came out to y'all to Miami, we went to I forgot what club that was, down the street or some shit.
Yeah.
The first fucking girl I talked to in that spot followed me around the whole night. I left her and she was texting me all night. You understand what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, and you know, the women in Miami, they're all hot. So let's hot by anyone's standards, like Casey would say. You know what I'm saying?
Was she bad, Fresh?
But
Was she hot, Fresh?
Casey, I will say this though.
Sorry, I didn't hear. Was she hot?
From my point of view, your girls are hotter. Now, let me explain. It's because that's what I like, though. The big booty Latinas is what you like too as well. So, in my opinion, they are hotter. But in Locario's defense, they're hot to him. So, it's a given.
Yeah, well, there's no debate that I get way hotter girls than Locario. I mean, you can just tell by.
That means so much to Casey, man. But he's just, again, he's selling the product. So I get it. He's selling the product. It's like, I get way hotter girls than Locario. Here's the thing. Turn Casey and Locario loose in a club. Locario's coming out with numbers. Locario's coming out with women. If the mission is to smash, Locario's probably going to smash something. I got my money on Locario. And I give you 3-1 odds. Because Casey's game is so different than Locario's game. Casey is this new wave, look at my receipts, look at my pictures game. And even Fresh is trying to tell him, like, come on, bro. Like, I mean, it is what it is. Now, Locario might wind up with the skinny, blonde hair, big boob chick. And, Casey might come out and be like, well, I didn't see any women that I found attractive. Like, well, it should be easier for you to get to the prize. Right? When the mission is, we just gonna go in here and see who got game, who can run it, who can run the table. Throw me in a room full of women I don't think attractive, bro. I'm talking so much shit. I'm gonna need to put a bib on so I don't get it all over my shirt. Be in there tying the bib on. Like, I don't think none of these girls is hot. Guess what I'm finna do? I'm finna run through here like a hurricane. So, because that's game, I know what to say. It's routine to me. It's routine to me. Whereas Casey's like, nah. I think with him is like, it has to be a certain way. People like me, people like Locario, people like Fresh, we run it a little different.
No. You gotta change that. You gotta say you pay for hotter girls. That's what you gotta say.
Hold on.
Then I would agree with you.
I pay Uber. I pay for a girl's Uber and dinner only, and then end up smashing much hotter girls in the car.
Yes. I would agree with you on that. There we go.
We agree on something. Wow. I have to pay Uber and dinner for the privilege of smashing much hotter girls.
Yes, I agree with you on that. And the same type of hot girls you smash.
There was a part in here they were talking about. Let me see if I can find it. They were talking about buying dinner. I want to get to that part and I'm gonna wrap this up.
Every guy, then I would understand and I would agree with you, because that would mean that every guy that talks to Tiffany would need to speak to her for 15 minutes or whatever to get her to be attracted to him.
I'm
Gotta
trying
get
to
to know
find
you. He wanted to smash on the second date. She's like, no, but let's wait. Let's get to know each other.
Let me make Mr. Locario. Let me make an analogy to you. See if you agree with this or not. Right? You're doing a day game approach. The girl's walking the opposite direction. You guys are meeting like this. You stop, plant your feet, and say, "Hey, quick question. Just wanted to ask you something." She's like, "No, gotta go. Sorry." And you stay planted. No, come here, real quick.
I'm trying to find.
Fuck all zero. Right.
I'm trying to find what we're talking about.
So you go to Instagram. You go to Instagram.
I DM Alex. You saying what's the chances of him?
And say,
and I apologize.
I had, she worked full time. She had her own thing, and
sex.
All right, yeah, we're getting close to
psychotic, and I don't condone, obviously. You're a Blocko in Sao Paulo, and they're going to be playing this like song.
We're almost there, guys. Hang in there with me. Hang in there.
We got on a video call. I don't usually like to do video calls over 15, 20 minutes. We bajillion other guys in her DMs.
So Casey, then Casey. So what you're saying? Okay, so I'm your student. All
right, here we go.
That if a woman is my girlfriend, wife, or something like that, a girl, let's say,
little first dates, all from your Instagram, you would eventually improve. And Locario, you have to disagree with me so I can.
You say, "Gotta disagree."
I think I found it. Let's check this out,
guys. For the online game, Casey and I can cover that Instagram 100%. But for the personal inner,
that online game, Fresh is on point with that, man. It's a whole new play, and what they're doing works
extensively in their own way. And I think that they cover more of a self-belief and self worth that most people don't cover. So that's a really good thing that Locario does on his channel.
Well, the thing
Well,
is, you
let's-
got to understand also for online, this is the problem where a lot of guys with online dating is that if you can't pretend to be the guy. And so this is what happens with a lot of guys with online and even Instagram, where
I want to stop it right there. And this is the part where they're going to talk about, dinner and different plays or whatnot. You cannot pretend to be the guy. You can't go out here and mimic Fresh or mimic Myron Gaines or mimic Locario or mimic DL. You gotta be the guy. Women will see through that veneer. You have to be the guy. Right? I guess I should have said veil. She'll see through that veil. You gotta be the guy. If you're not the guy, she gonna treat you like a sucker. Period. You gotta have that confidence. Bro, she gotta see it in your eyes, man, feel it in your ways. Like the minute she do something wrong and she knows she wrong, right? And now she's gonna, I'm so sorry, sir. You the guy, you ain't gotta say a word. You just sit back. She say something or do something, you just kind of look at her, kind of give it a look. Okay. And then she'll, I'm so sorry. Because she know, like, oh, I went too far. I gotta figure this out. And then, if you a true G with it, you're like, all right, finish up what y'all doing. Y'all kicking it, nice picnic, whatever. Y'all having a little hike, a little urban hike, walking through the city, whatever. Get back to the crib. That's it. She never hear from you again. She never hear from you again. And then she'll be going crazy trying to get you if you that guy. But if you playing like you the guys, the minute she realize you ain't him, bro, she trying to run your pockets. She's trying to do whatever. She's having her way with you. And what Locario said is absolutely true, fellas. If you out here, you gonna run this, you want to be in this, you trying to be about that, you want to be in this game, you better be the dude. Like I said, you can't act like a dude. You have to be that dude.
if you pretend to be the guy, when she meets you, she's gonna meet the real guy. And so if the real guy don't match with the guy online, it's a wrap for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell guys that you can't fake this shit. You actually have to be what you're portraying. And if you are that, then you would portray that. But a lot of guys try to pretend to be something they're not. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's a fair point too. But also, you'd be surprised that like I could have a photo of me in a podcast studio, a photo of me speaking on stage to a room full of people, all the super high status shit, well dressed, blazers, fun. I'm at rooftop loungers, there's beautiful girls, other well dressed, cool, good looking guys at the table, all having fun. By the time she showed up on the date, she has created this narrative of the guy, of the type of guy that she thinks I am in her head. And it would have to be pretty bad for me to drop the ball. Now, if I was really,
what he's saying has some truth in it, bro. But if you spin this web on Instagram or social media that you this, that, and the third, and when she shows up, you 5'5", and you have no game, you can forget about getting over that height thing. She don't care. The minute she looks down at you, she started scanning the room. Who else is in here? But if you got game, you can keep her mesmerized. That's the point that he's missing. Locario, like, you got to be that guy. All right, so you got a Ferrari, Lamborghini, Rolls Royce truck, stack some money. All right, you was on a private jet. All right, you got mad pictures with celebrities and athletes and all that. And when she see you and see who you really are, you just some short weirdo who got zero game. You in your pockets, homie. You ain't smashing nothing. And that's the game.
really lame, could I still drop the ball? Absolutely. But the narrative has already been, built up sometimes. And again, depends on the girl, depends how hot she is, depends if you're a foreigner and how much, value you have. What was that?
I said, it's funny you keep saying depending on how hot she, it just sounds funny to me. But this is the thing. What you're saying won't last if that woman becomes consistent in your life. So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's only so far you can wear the mask. You understand what I'm saying? So it's going to drop. She's going to see you're a loser, and then she's going to be like, I'm done, and it's a wrap. You feel what I'm saying?
If you're a massive loser, but let's take a guy who's a normal guy, not a complete loser, but he's kind of nervous and fidgety. Maybe the narrative she built up on her head, he can kind of like survive the first date. And in his head, he's kind of like, damn, I fucked that up. And he goes home, ping, oh, she texted me. I guess she didn't, my nervousness wasn't that bad. He gets a positive reference experience. Now the second date, he's more relaxed. That can evolve. I'll let you respond to that, Locario, if you want. And then I had a question for you.
Even that right there, bro. The way I got over that, the way I was able to figure it out is I had a rotation. I didn't have time to linger or care about that date. I didn't have time to worry about entertaining the woman across from me, right? Like we out, taking a walk, or I take it to the gun range, we pop off some rounds, or we out doing whatever we doing. I didn't have time to think about how my performance is going and this and that. No. I'm trying to do something. I got 2 hours for her. I'm gonna try to do this. I'm trying to get her back to the crib. She said no. All right. She ain't gonna go, she's not a first time go. Right. So I got 2 more dates. I get 3-day rule. I got 2 more dates. So all right, let's wrap this up. All right, girl. Talk to you later. Bye. Kiss on the cheek, smack on the butt, whatever I'm doing, hug, whatever it is, right? Fist pump, whatever it is, depending on how I was able to escalate during that time frame, right? I'm out. I'm not thinking about her. Right? I'm thinking about the girl that I gotta catch up with tonight. I'm thinking about that already. I'm not thinking about her. I won't come around to thinking about the girl on that day for a few more days. Because you run in a rotation. This is a good way to keep your mind off of it, fellas. Like again, these are dudes who were invisible and now they're visible. They got a woman. You're dealing with one woman at a time. You're gonna have them doubts or whatever. And she's gonna sense it. She's gonna feel it. And then if you're doing something like taking her out to one of the nicest restaurants in town, bro, she already know what time it is. She already know what time it is. So you have to understand that the best way to get over those jitters or get over all that is to run a rotation. Go out there, and you have to be so busy that you don't have time to sit back and analyze what just happened an hour ago because you're looking forward to the next one. I'm catching up with Susie tonight, and I got Lucretia late night. Right, I had Lucretia coming to the crib tonight. So I got Susie. I'm supposed to meet Susie over here for some ice cream. So I'm gonna go over here and holler at Susie. I ain't got time to be thinking about Jane. Right. And if Jane hits you back, great, because you running a rotation in your own mind. A few days later, you're gonna be like, I wonder what's up with Jane. Let me see her text. You if she don't reach out to you, by the time you get around to reaching out to her, she's gonna be like, damn, this dude ain't, it's been like a week and a half. I ain't heard from dude. And all of a sudden, hey, what's good, girl? Bam. Now, of course, the game has changed a little bit. You got Instagram, social media. You could like a post, or you could do some shit like that. But the point still remains. You got to give it that time. Right. Paralysis by analysis. You're right. Don't hurt yourself with that, man. Move on to the next one. Right. And Brother Pitney was saying, like, all this talk about pickup artistry and not enough talk about put down artistry. You're like, you're right, Dio. PUAs need to learn how to act after they get what they want. Yeah, after you put it down, after you smash that Foxy Brown, bro, what's next? You just want the one hit and you moving on to someone else. Is that what PUAs do? I don't know.
No, we go to the question.
Okay. So you don't provide for girls in any sense. You're a simp and you're a loser if you're paying a girl's Uber.
No, you can provide for women who's earned it, meaning that if a woman is my girlfriend, wife, or something like that, a girl, let's say that I've been dating for like 10, 11 months and she's about to be my girlfriend or some shit like that, that's one thing. You feel what I'm saying? But random girls.
First dates, you don't pay dinners. First dates, you don't pay Ubers and dinner.
Hell no. I don't even take women to dinner on first dates.
First dates out here. What do I say over here all the time, bro? Take them out for ice cream, bro. Coffee, salad. Take a walk in the park. Do yoga. Don't take them to a restaurant. You see, dudes who truly understand the game move like that. Now, are there exceptions? Yeah, there's exceptions. If money's no object, right? You really got bread like that, bro. You making $200,000 a month or something crazy like that, bro. You up there. You a 1%. Not even that much. Let's say you making $150,000 a year. You're living in Florida, right? That's big money out here in Florida. 150 grand. You doing all right. And you really into restaurants like Uncle Saint, right? I'm not taking her to this restaurant. I'm allowing her to join me while I'm going to enjoy this restaurant. There's a difference. I'm not trying to figure out, hey, Fresh, what's the best restaurant in Miami? Nah. Like, I'm going to Mamo's. I dig little shorty. She cute because I only mess with dimes, right? For the most part. She's cute. I like a conversation. Hey, why don't you come with? Meet me here. I'm going to Mamo's. I'm going to be there for dinner. Meet me here, 8:00 sharp. She shows up. She's getting a free dinner. But I'm not doing it trying to impress her. This is what I do. This is where I normally eat. Right? I'm going to go to Mr. Child's. This is where I normally eat. I'm going to go to Carbone's because I'm just feeling, you know what I mean? I want that, they got that carrot cake. Ooh, they got it, man. If you ever go to Carbone's in South Beach, you want that lemon cheesecake dessert, or you want that Carrot cake. So good. So good. But there's a difference taking a woman out to eat versus allowing her to join you. There's a difference there.
See, a woman has to earn the right to eat food with me. Are you crazy? Like,
Oh, jeez, bro.
y'all are wild.
Okay,
Like, you take women out to dinner and pay for the Ubers?
So
God
for
damn.
so
What is tricking? In your own terms, what is tricking?
So basically, all tricking is either directly or indirectly paying for sex. So if you're paying for a date for the reasons of trying to get sex, you're tricking. You understand? If you give a woman money directly, you're tricking.
So every
understand what
guy's
I'm
a
saying?
trick. You just said if
No,
you
no, no,
buy
no, no.
dinner for a woman with the intention of getting sex from the woman, you're a trick. You just
Yes,
basically said
yes.
every man in the universe is a trick.
No, every
So what is Locario saying? If Locario is saying if you don't normally go to Michelin restaurants, but you meet this woman, and Casey's saying because she's fine, you got to treat her different. You got to put her on a pedestal. Because she's fine, I'm going to take her to a Michelin restaurant, and I'm going to spend $800 on dinner. And the only reason I'm doing this is so I can have sex with this woman. He's saying that's tricking. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. The key being the only reason I'm doing this is to have sex. It's not like I'm doing this to better myself or I'm a foodie and this is one of the best chefs in the country. They got this Michelin star. I'm gonna go do this. Nah, I'm only doing this because I'm trying to impress this stranger, this woman I don't know, and I'm hoping that she's gonna let me smash. So he's like, okay, if he's saying that's tricking, you could say that's part of the game. I wouldn't spend that much money on a first date with a woman. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I'll do something completely different. Now, will I buy drinks? Maybe buy hors d'oeuvres? Yeah. Will I pay for her Uber? Nah, I ain't doing that. I don't know you like that. I'm not paying for your travel. And she's like, well, if you don't pay for my Uber, I ain't coming. All right, cool. She could say that because she got 10 other dudes waiting to take her somewhere. I ain't worried about that. She can catch me somewhere else. But that's what he's talking about. And I can see that argument. You're doing something you wouldn't normally do because you're trying to get sex from this woman, not get to know this woman, not have a relationship with this woman. You just want to smash. I can see that.
man who's paying for dinner to get sex is a trick. Understand what I'm saying?
Which is every single man in their entire life has paid for a woman's dinner in order
I haven't.
to get sex from that woman.
I've never done that. Not
we
one
see
time.
the results. We see the results you get with that.
Not one time. You do not see the results I get. Not one time. This is what I'm trying to tell you. If
Why don't
you
you
are
show-
paying, if first of all, I don't go to
Why
dinner.
don't
But
you
let's
show
say,
us the results then?
let's
Why don't
say,
you prove
let's
me
say,
wrong?
let's say guys who have game don't need to prove shit to nobody. But anyway, let's say
Facts.
Yes,
you
they do.
are.
You're financially incentivized to prove it.
I'm not
No one will
financially
buy-
incentivized to do nothing. I'm successful and I did it my way. But anyway,
Imagine a bodybuilder saying, "I'm selling my bodybuilding course, my personal trainer course." I was like,
Fuck
"Take
that
your
guy."
shirt off." Oh, I don't take my shirt off. The real bodybuilders, the real personal trainers don't show their physique. You're like, bruh.
no, but this is what I'm
buy-
saying. See,
I'll
this
buy your
is
course if you show your
Casey.
physique.
This is the difference. You think it's the women that make you valuable. That's why you keep talking about. I am the value. I'm the game. Fuck all the women. I'm the game. So what I'm saying is this. If you are taking women out to dinner, which I would never do, but let's say you're taking women out to dinner, you should be going out to dinner because you want to go out to eat. And if you're on a date is to feel a woman out to see if you're interested in spending more time with her. You understand what I'm saying? If you're going on a date just to get sex, why don't you just get sex and skip the date? Why don't you just tell the girl to come over so y'all can fuck instead of wasting money on dinner when you could just fuck?
Yeah, because when you have
The reason Locario said that because that's what the Chads are doing. That's what the Tyrones are doing. The guys with the real game, they're telling the girls to come over to the crib. It's a whole different play. They coming over to the penthouse. They coming over to the mansion. They coming over to whatever. It's a whole different play. And they see that as on. They come in there, women come to your crib as on. And you can smash without going to dinner. That is his point. If you are so gamed up, why waste your time and money on dinner? Just have her come to the crib and smash. That's what players do. And that's not a put down. That's just how the game works, gentlemen. You can scream, I want, show me receipts and this and that all day long, but it's the dude in the trenches. It's the guy who can actually do the do. It's the guy who can go holler at a woman and have that woman mesmerized, bro. That's why we always talk about a dose of game. Like, check out his content, a dose of game. Check out his content. That is as close to a pure game as I've seen anyone spit it on YouTube. Right. And Locario is right, man. If you got it like that, bro, you don't have to take women out to dinner I mean, that now, right? It's like, what are we doing here? I have to, in order for me to get you, I mean, is it even spelled out? Is she gonna do it? How many dinners you gotta take her to? Like, why are you wasting that kind of bread? You gotta, because she's fine, you gotta treat her a different way. That is wrong. Get that out your head. If that's what y'all believe, man, forget that part of the game. Whatever, if someone told you that's the game, you treat dimes the same way you treat the threes and fours, all right? And if you ain't taking threes and fours out to eat, then don't be taking the dimes out to eat. And if you taking the 3 and 4s out to the Greasy Spoon, to JJ's Rib Shack, then that's where you should be taking the dime, to JJ's Rib Shack. Because guess what? The dime doesn't care. If she's into you, she just wants to be with you. She don't care where you go. I've had pretty women. I'm talking 1% women, like, elegant women, come to White Castles with me, come to Frisch's with me, and they loved it. They loved it. Talking all that trash, like, I don't eat here. What I do, let me get me a Big Mac, fries. Let me get me a red pop, and let me get a hot fudge cake. And yeah, she's trying to eat on my fries. I'm like, get off of that. But you make it a game. And she was in there with me because she wanted to be with me. And that same woman took me to, a 5-star establishment. Months later, she took me. Right? Months later. It's like, whoa, I ain't never knew a place like this before. It was crazy. It's one of the first times I ever went into a really nice establishment and had a really good meal. It was crazy. So yeah, they'll do it, man.
Have girls that are actually attractive and actually hot, which I know you don't have much experience with. But when you actually, if you ever step up and start dating attractive women, you realize they have really, really high standards. They're getting
so you go based on what the woman's standards are. Interesting.
May I finish, please? May I finish, please, without you cutting me off? When you deal with chicks that are actually really hot and really attractive, they have certain standards. They will not go to B-level restaurants. I hear guys all the time that say similar shit to you, like, oh, first dates is just, something cheap, it's just drinks. Or the first date should be a walk in the park or something like that. Bruh, these are guys who date smash 3 and 4s. Why would an 8-point...
Casey is wrong. Casey is wrong there, bro. He puts too much emphasis on these hot women. He puts too much emphasis on that. He's wrong. He is wrong. I just told you. Took one of the most elegant women I ever met in my life, man, the Frisch's, bro. Frisch's is like McDonald's. It's like a step up from McDonald's. It's definitely fast food. They got a food bar, salad bar, or whatever. We in Frisch's. Elegant woman. She didn't even look right in there. She was in there looking like wiping out the seat before she sat down her clothes. She looked too good to be in there, but she was in there with me. So nah, bro, standards. I don't know about any standards. And this is when I was broke as a joke, man. I just got out of the army too, bro. Yeah. Little shorty went to an Ivy League school. Come on now. I just got out the army, man. Shout out to Rutgers, bro. You know what I mean? Shout out to UPenn. I'm dealing with them. Yeah, bro. Like, had me met the family and everything. Like, got me, bro, all up in the nice part of Cincinnati, bro. Parts of Cincinnati I didn't even know existed, but it was way in other counties somewhere. Like, damn, they let black people live out here? I was like fresh off the block, bro. I was raw with it. I'm just letting you know, man. There were no rules for me. And what Casey is saying is he understands there are rules for him. And he understands there are rules for certain dudes. So this is the way to get past them rules. That's what I'm hearing. And okay, if that's what you want to do, if that's the game you're running, okay.
0.5 or a 9 who barely met me, who barely, chatted with me a bit on Instagram. Why the fuck would she agree to go on a date with me if I'm offering her McDonald's when she has
Casey,
90 bajillion other guys in her DMs?
So Casey, then Casey, so what you're saying, okay, so I'm your student. I say, Casey, hey, I want to.
And real quick before he gets into this, man, he's talking about why would she go to McDonald's with you when she has all these other dudes in her DMs? This is another thing I tell these guys, bro. I don't do the DM thing. I DM people I know. I don't DM women that I ain't never met before. Right? The only time I ever did that is when I would see a woman on a podcast and I'm trying to book her on this show, then I will reach out via DMs trying to get her to, and it doesn't work. Try to get her on this show. If there's a woman that I saw on social media and she was in my area, and I wanted to meet her. I'm not sliding into her damn DMs. I'm gonna find out the next party because women love to tell you, like, I'm gonna be at this party, Okay, I know that promoter. She gonna be at that party. I'm gonna be at that party. I'm gonna show up at that party, right? And I'm gonna be on stage with the DJ, or I'm gonna be up in the VIP. And when I see her, I'm like, what's happening? And then I'm gonna holler at her. I'm not gonna engage on their ground. I'm gonna engage on my ground. Like, this is it. I fuck social media. I'm gonna holler at her, blah, 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 blah. Then I'm gonna get her social media. She's gonna give me her social media right then. I'm gonna send her a message right then. Like, what's up, man? Let's get ice cream tomorrow. Shit, what you got going on tomorrow? Bet. All right, cool. I'm gonna hit her up. I'll hit you up, and we go from there. And she gonna want to holler at me. Why? Because of where I'm sitting. Everybody know this dude. He up here in the VIP. He on the stage. Everybody coming over here shaking his hand. He must be somebody. I want to at least find out who this man is. That's how I would do that. So that's why if I said come get ice cream with me, or let's go over here to Chick-fil-A, and I'm gonna get me a shake or whatever. That's why she gonna come, because she's trying to figure out who you are.
Date this 9 or 10. So I should do what she wants and not what I want. Is that what you're saying?
No, absolutely not. I did not say that.
That's all you said. You said I don't want to go to dinner, Casey. I want to go and I want to go for coffee. But you're telling me the 8 and the 9 is not going to accept coffee, right?
Okay. Would you prefer it if you went on a date with a girl and she signed over all her money to you, emptied her bank account and gave it to you?
I wouldn't want to.
He just gave up.
Bro, okay, but did you see the analogy I'm trying to make, bro?
No,
I'm not. I don't see the analogy.
In a perfect world, people would walk up to me and like give me their money, but like people don't operate that. In a perfect world, people would. Is my audio low? Is my audio actually low? Or something?
You sound fine to me.
Yeah, it went up actually.
It's probably there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. So yeah, in a perfect world, I would like it if everybody just bought my courses and bought my consulting, and then after they bought, I didn't actually have to fulfill my promise and coach them and build a high status.
Well, I wouldn't want everyone to buy my courses.
Bro, it's an analogy. Just like chill the fuck out.
No, but that's my point. That's my point. But that's my point. You're saying you want everybody to do this. That's what you're saying in the analogy. What I'm trying to say is that you keep basically what you're saying is the girl's hot, so you have to do what she wants to get that girl. Yes?
No, I'm just saying you have to accept reality for what it is.
So the reality is you can't take a hot girl for coffee. She has to go to for dinner.
There's some nuance to it. It could potentially happen. Here, I'll give you an example, right? One time I met this girl, actually on Tinder of all things. Usually there's very low quality women, but we met on Tinder. We talked a bit. We got on a video call. I don't usually like to do video calls over 15, 20 minutes. We just were like soulmates bonding. We talked for 2 hours. We thought we were going to get married.
Oh my God.
Video call. And then, and she was gorgeous. Sorry, you know nothing about, but like absolutely gorgeous girl too. And then our first date, we went through a walk in the park. Like we took her to the park. It's called Parque Ibirapuera here in Sao Paulo. And we just went through a park date. I spent nothing. Oh, I'm sorry. I paid her Uber. So I'm actually a trick simp loser.
So Casey, how would you feel if I fucked that same girl without talking to her for 2 hours?
I feel like I fell into Looney Tunes land.
No, that's reality, Casey. That's what I'm trying to get you to. That's reality. That's reality, because there was another guy just like me who fucked that girl you were talking to for 2 hours.
Well,
without talking to her for 2 hours.
Yeah, not like you, but another guy.
No, there's
again, Casey's lost in the emotions, bro. And I think Casey's smart enough to understand that, yeah, if this were a debate, I think it was more of a conversation, but if this were a debate, he absolutely lost. And what Locario just said is true. There's nothing wrong with, you link up with a woman on whatever, Instagram, whatever, social media. Then y'all guys do a video call. Y'all wind up talking for hours. Okay, cool, man. That's what's up. I ain't mad at you, but for me, it's like, I don't have, it's like for the podcast, I could do 2 hours, but 2 hours on a phone call. Okay, whatever. Then you guys go out for a walk in the park. That's why I say it's great. She's beautiful. That's great. Just like I said, man, don't take her to dinner. Walk in the park, ice cream date, coffee date, whatever. Spot on. That's what we're talking about. Locario was saying there's a guy out there in this woman's story that met him, and by story, her life story. She met a dude that didn't have to do any of that and smashed. She met a dude that it was no long talks, talking on the telephone for hours at a time. It wasn't no long walks in the park. He was just like, what's up? You know what I mean? Whatever they say, because I don't know Portuguese, you know what I'm saying? They say how, whatever, that whatever they say, and then boom, he's smashing. Right? That's what Locario's saying. That's all Locario's saying. You did that, that's great, but there's some dude out there that didn't have to do any of that. You know what I mean? Brother Smee was in the building. What's good, fam? Happy New Year's, bro. I was just thinking about you, man. No homo, no Diddy. I was just thinking about you, homie. I was gonna reach out to you on Telegram, bro. So good to see you, man. Good to see you. Let's continue.
Okay, fuck me. There's another guy who fucked that girl without talking to her for 2 hours, and you talked to her for 2 hours. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Also,
Casey?
okay. Yeah, listen. There's been times where I'll make this story short because there's probably a lot of irrelevant details, but there was this like the hottest girl we'd ever seen at this nightclub. This is back in Los Angeles, circa 2014, maybe. And we could just tell that this girl was like rolling her titties off. She was like dancing and grinding on this guy, and her eyes were like rolling. And like she wasn't like losing consciousness or falling over, but she had her jaw clenched. We just kind of tell she was rolling. And I picked that girl up. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna steal this girl. Like I'm wait for my first chance. This guy's like kind of dancing around there. The second like his buddy tapped him, he kind of like looked away for a second. Mind you, she's still dancing on him. The second his attention was gone for a second, I grabbed her hand, pulled her off of him, and just knew. She's like, whoa, dancing with so and so. I'm on Molly. Woo! I guess I'm getting pulled this way now. Whatever, go with the flow. If this was someone,
don't ever do that, guys. That's a case waiting to happen. I'm pretty sure Casey knew what he was doing, but that's a case waiting to happen, bro. If you out in a nightclub somewhere, or a festival or something like that, and you see a woman and you know she's heavily intoxicated, man, stay away from her. Stay away from her. Don't even white knight for her. Stay away from her. Michael Sartain was talking about this, bro. Stay away from those type girls, bro. Real talk. Don't try. You don't want nothing to do with it. I got stories, man. I got stories. We left the situation and the police called us, right? Some girl drunk, she could barely stand up. It was two women actually. And I was with a guy and he was trying to make a move or whatever. I'm like, bro, let's get up out of here, man. Hey, forget shorty, bro. Forget shorty. Right? It boiled down to like, man, for real, hey, I'm leaving. I'm like, bro, if you want to stay here and deal with this, you can deal with this. I'm leaving. So he left with me, right? You know what I'm saying? Little shorty. She literally just walked away from us outside. She just started walking. Next day, 2 days later, I get a call from LAPD. Right now, they were just following up. The reason they called me is the girl had my business card in her pocket. Right. So when we had met, it was like, yo, here go my card. It shows you how long ago this was, right? People got business cards, right? She had my business card in her pocket. And the detective was just, following our leads. He was like, hey, what was going on? Can you tell me what happened that night? I'm like, yeah, this is, blah, 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 blah. This is how it went down. This is what it was. This is when we left. This is what it was. She was walking off in this direction on this particular street. And I jumped in the whip and left and took my homeboy with me. So we came back to the crib. We lived in the same complex. She was like, all right. And then the police officer, the detective told me what happened. Something horrible happened to the other woman, which turned out to be her mother. And the girl that my homeboy was trying to holler at was underage. We didn't know that. You feel me? Stay away from women. These young girls out here who are blackout drunk, white boy wasted, or they rolling on something. They on some chemicals, bro. Stay away from them women. Stay away. That's all I got to say. No, and he didn't say that. He did not say that. He's gonna finish up at the end here how it worked out, but bro, I wouldn't have told this story if I was Casey.
Like upscale lounge with a sober girl that wasn't on Molly, then yeah, she probably would have just like stayed with that guy. But I was an opportunist. I'm not necessarily proud of that. By the time I took her home, she wasn't even like rolling that hard. She had pretty much, sobered up. But I did take her home and it was a successful evening. But my point being is I got lucky. And like, she probably typically doesn't like do Molly every weekend and get like.
How do you know this? You don't know this woman. How do you, where you getting this stuff from?
Because her brain would be mush. She couldn't fucking drive a car. If she's
no. This is what I'm saying. So all I'm saying is this. Okay. What I'm saying is, if a guy is telling you, hey, Casey, I want you to teach me how to attract hot women. And he's like, I like to go to get coffee and drinks. I hate going to dinner. I don't like doing none of that shit. Are you going to tell him that he can't get hot women? And is this generally not going to happen for him?
I would tell him this. You're going to have to find whatever the girl considers to be a good offer for her to show up on the first date. So let's say you absolutely know that the girl loves samba music and there's this thing called a bloco, which is, how do I say a bloco? A bloco would be like, let's just call it an outdoor party to make it simple. There's an outdoor party or a bloco in Sao Paulo, and they're going to be playing this like samba music, live band. They're going to have drinks, and you just kind of sit on the grass. You can maybe get up and dance some samba, and you know she loves it. You can take her to that and spend no money, and she'd probably show up to that.
So you're saying, so you're basically telling him he should simp in order to get the girl.
Where did we go from taking a hot girl to a samba event is simping?
But he don't like samba. He wants to go get coffee and a drink.
Oh, I didn't understand that.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is your student says,
analogy,
I want to get hot girls, Casey. I like to go get drinks and coffee.
I missed the theoretical part where, in theory, hypothetically, my student hates samba music. From now on, please tell me in every hypothetical.
Right. He don't want to do nothing but drinks and coffee. That's all he wants to do for his date. So are you telling me that he is unable to get a hot girl because, generally speaking, hot girls, you got to take them to dinner? That's what you're saying?
I would say that he's making it extremely unnecessarily difficult on himself. And I would tell him that the majority of beautiful women will flake on you unless you take them to at least somewhat of a mid-tier offer. Now, listen, if there's like a top...
I mean, he's right about that, bro. It's a numbers game. Right? If I had a guy hit me up and he's like, yo, Uncle Saint, you know, I got my game right. I know what I'm doing. And you know, I only want to talk to beautiful women, and I only want to, you know, first date is always going to be coffee and drinks or whatever Locario was saying. Am I going to be successful? I'm like, well, eventually, yeah. Now, you're going to have to make up for, not even that. Your game, so long as your game is tight and she wants to spend time with you, if she's digging you, it does not matter. She's going to show up. And that's the point. It's like, well, you know, you got these girls, they flake or whatever. Okay, cool. It was just coffee. I ain't tripping. While I'm out there waiting on her, she never showed up. I hollered at another girl. Right? It doesn't matter. Women gonna flake. That same woman, if she's gonna flake on a coffee date, will flake on you taking her to, you know, Dirty French in Miami. Like or you know, you could be at Fig and Olive in New York or LA. You know, if I don't even know if Fig and Olive is still in LA. LA is so bad right now. It's crazy, guys. You know, prayers out to those people suffering from the fires out there. But the point is, if she's gonna flake on you, she's gonna flake on you. Why did she flake on you? She got a better offer. She wasn't digging you in the first place. But if she's digging you, she's gonna be there. So if I had a guy who was like, hey, what do I got to do to make that happen? I'm like, become the boy, be a monster, be that dude. You want to be that dude, whatever it takes. If it's getting your physique up, if it's all about the fashion, it's about the smell good, it's about the whip, whatever it is, it's going to be that you don't need that confidence. You're going to have to get in her ear, bro. You're going to have to split that holla, holla, holla. That's what's going to boil down to. Is she into you, bro? This works. Holla, 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 holla. That works when she into you. It's something about you. She digging. She like, you know what? There's something about this guy. Yeah, I'm going to join him for coffee. Right? Women flake all the time. So what Casey is saying is you have to offer an experience that is going to be hard to say no to. But here's the thing. If she's not digging you as a person, still flake on that experience to the Michelin restaurant, to go hang out with a dude for drinks, for ice cream or a salad or a walk to the park because she's into that dude. It happens all the time. And it's, you know, it's like you, so what? All right, you might have to run through an extra 50 women. But every woman's not going to flake. And in today's climate, man, women are happy just to get a guy to offer to take them somewhere. And if you do get them to come out for coffee, you should pay for it, fellas. I'm on that. I'm on that. You know what I mean? And Brother Chris was like, or you could take her to the bar for one drink and then try to smash. You know what I mean? The fuck, you decide a whole day, dedicate a whole day to go outdoor festival just to see if a girl is a dickhead or not, bro. Again, I feel you, bro. Like, that's why I'm like, what Casey is doing works for Casey, and I'm pretty sure it works for a whole lot of guys who are invisible. Anything works for invisible guys, I think. I think that's cool. It is just the beginning, though. Like I said, you're just scratching the surface. You're just scratching the surface. There's more to learn. And everyone wants that shortcut, right? You got to do the work, man. You got to consistently do the work, and you're constantly evolving and learning. You know, for some of these dudes, I just tell them like, all right, man, go ahead and take her to Ocean's Prime, bro, here in Tampa. Go ahead and take her to Burns. Go ahead and drop $500. Go ahead. Right? Then they come back a few weeks later. Damn, Unc, you was right. I know, bro. Doesn't matter. Like, yeah, man, I took her out a couple times, didn't do nothing, couldn't get anywhere. She started flaking. Then it turns out one of my homeboys smashed her, bro. He took her bowling. And he went home and smashed that night because she was digging your homeboy, bro. Nothing against you, man. She saw something in that guy that she doesn't see in you. So now you have to get that confidence. And that's what I told him. It was probably a lack of confidence. Your man's confident. He took this same woman to a bowling alley, bro. Like, come on to the bowling alley. Wasn't Lucky Strikes. Wasn't one of those high-end bowling alley. Regular old, mom and pop little bowling alley. She had the time of her life. Came back home to the dude, smashed him. Smashed. So pay attention. Just pay attention to the way the game is played.
Top 5-star restaurant, like in Miami, would be Komodo, right, Walter? That'd be the top restaurant in Miami would be Komodo.
No.
I would never offer to take a girl to
restaurant.
Komodo or XYZ, whatever super expensive restaurant, there. But I may offer to take her to Moxie's, which, as Walter can tell you, it's not super top.
Never take
It's not. It's not.
And for the record, Moxie's and Komodo price point is about the same. Check my math, guys. If y'all want to look it up, you see what I'm talking about. Moxie's is cool. It's like a yard house. Moxie's is decent. But when you look at the food and everything, the amount you're going to spend at Moxie's, depending on how many drinks you get and all that kind of stuff, versus the amount you're going to spend at Komodo, bro, I want to say that maybe $30, maybe a $30 difference. When you're looking at dinner, when you look at, appetizers, entrees, dessert, if you do those three things and you're getting drinks, maybe wine or whatever you're drinking, you're going to spend about the same amount of money, man. You're only looking at plus or minus 30, $40.
Super impressive, but it's a good offer. It's a decent offer is Moxie's, and I would take her to that because I understand that that's just the reality of a hot girl. Do you think like
so Casey?
That's another thing too. Why I think about it. I mean, if you're gonna do that, you might as well take her to Komodo, and then you can go upstairs to the lounge. Whereas Moxie's, it's over right there. You have dinner or whatever, and then okay, you got to do something else. At least if you have dinner at Komodo, you just go right upstairs to the lounge. Right? You can party a little bit, she can dance a little bit. I mean, if you're gonna do it that way, and if you're gonna run that play, make sure your homeboy Fresh is upstairs. So when you finish dinner, you go upstairs, right? They got security at the door upstairs. You're like, yo, I'm with Fresh. Okay, they let you in. You know what I mean? They walk you over to Fresh's section. Bingo, bango. You know what I'm saying? You in there, clouded up, alpha dude. You up in there, got the booth sitting up there right next to the DJ. She's gonna be like, damn, who are you? Who are you know all these people? Oh, that's Mr. Organic over there. Oh my God, that's wow, you got all these people up here. That's some rapper, that's a mumble rapper I don't know the name of over there. You know what I mean? That's an athlete over there. That's Komodo, that's right upstairs. So I mean, again, you gotta think it out, but as a date, like again, it's like if you're gonna go to the Moxie's, you might as well go to Komodo. Because Komodo, you can take them right upstairs. I just want to throw that out there. But I wouldn't do either. You just matter for the first date, man. Go go have a walk around Brickell Key and then go get some ice cream or a salad or something. That's what I would do for the first date.
See, didn't earlier you say that you're a leader?
Mm-hmm.
So how are you a leader when you're following what the woman wants?
I'm not following what she wants. I'm accepting the reality that it takes to fuck hot girls. I mean,
so
bro,
so this is what I'm saying. You think the reality to fuck hot girls is to follow what they want,
bro? Okay, you could take this to its. How can I make this? We're on YouTube, everybody, so let's keep this thing.
Checkmate, though.
I'm gonna do a little bit of preamble here, but this is just a crazy, wild analogy. But like, you have to respect the rules and the regulations of society. Maybe some guy, not me, but some guy goes, I'm acting through my own intentions and I'm not going to simp and I just want sex. My goal is only sex. So he's going to assault a woman because that's his goal. Anything else?
He just went too far with that. I don't even know how that fits into this conversation. Again, Casey's smart enough to know that this was a bad look for him. To turn it on this. Again, if your mission is to smash, you definitely want to keep the investment as low as possible. If your mission is to smash, Fresh talks about this. Fresh, like, look, if you got a woman first day you're trying to smash, take her to one of the local hole-in-the-wall bars. It's late, a place where you know it's ladies' night, so ladies drink free all night, and it's half off appetizers. That's a low investment right there. You can go in there, it's not that packed. You can listen to it, can hear what she got to say. Y'all can chit-chat, whatever. Y'all can play cornhole or something like that. You're vibing to the music, and if she's digging you, you've had an opportunity to get close to her. Like, maybe, you can reach out to, kind of caress her a little bit, see if she jumps back or leans into it. Now she's leaning into it. She's with it. She's, couple more, what are they drinking? Patrons or whatever. She's doing her thing, having a good time. She's digging you. She's like, she wants to go somewhere else. Cool. Now you go to the next spot. But you don't start at Moxie's and you don't start at Komodo's on the first date. And especially if you're just trying to smash, you want to provide an experience that she's having fun where you guys can bump up against each other. You want to take her somewhere where she could twerk. That's what you want to do if you're just trying to smash. Right? So like Casey still has a lot to learn.
Who said anything about assaulting? We didn't say that. We said give a woman a choice.
If a guy just only wants sex, he doesn't have any interest in conversation. He doesn't have any interest in getting to know the girl. He just wants sex.
Right.
If he's gonna act through his own actions, then he's just gonna, what?
Why don't he just tell the woman, hey, I'm interested in having sex with you, and give her a choice to have sex or not?
Which would be psychotic, and I don't condone, obviously.
So you don't condone a guy being honest and telling a woman he's interested in having sex with her?
I don't condone the thing that we all knew I was alluding to.
Okay, no, right. That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is that if a guy just wants sex, he can just say, hey, let's hook up and get together and hook up. What's the problem with that? Why does he need to take her to dinner?
Because, bro, women very seldomly that are beautiful and high quality will fuck guys that they don't have a strong emotional connection with. It's
what? Okay, so Casey, so what you're saying is you've never had sex with a girl who you thought was hot without taking her out to dinner or talking on her phone for 2 hours.
Bro, I definitely have, but if I'm in a city and I have my online dating virtual assistant whizzing through Instagram, lining up dates with girls, listen, when I used to go to nightclubs and stuff, would I pull and get same night lays from nightclubs? Yes, happen all the time. But bro, the reality, I just don't know. I think the bigger issue is here, bro, is like we're just coming from two different universes, right?
I agree. I totally agree with you on that, because the reality is some guys have to wine and dine them and some guys don't. Yeah. That's the reality. That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah, like Casey knows he lost this was a really bad look for him, bro. Like, and Brother Christopher is like, I thought Casey knew some game before Fresh and Fit came on the scene, but it sounds like he's literally regurgitating Fresh and Fit verbatim. Me too, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I was like, surely he learned something kicking it with Fresh. I'm pretty sure Fresh put him in a bunch of situations before the podcast. Surely. But you can have a roommate who really doesn't get out there and they just kind of sit back. I had a roommate like that when I first started in the FAA. I had a roommate who would just kind of sit back, and I would be doing my thing, running my gang, got women coming through, and he would just kind of be sitting there. I never experienced that before. I never been around a person who really had no game. That was the first time. Real cool dude, one of my homies to this day, cool guy. He got game now, but when we first were roommates, like no game, bro. He would sit. I would have hours talking to him, trying to game him up. He would say some stuff. And I'm like, nah, man, don't ever say that. Don't ever do that. Don't ever, and all the people, like the females that he were meeting, were all through my circle. And sometimes he would kind of like a happy, sometimes he would get too touchy-feely, and the women would look at me, and I have to tell him, like, hey, man, chill out. Like, get to the point where some of the women didn't even want to come over. I'm like, hey, bro, you got to chill out, bro. Like, you got to learn, how to fill the room, fill out the room. So, and Brother Christopher, you're right, man. He's not on Locario's level of game, so he's really struggling right here. This is, like, he's like a dude who's taking his pickup artistry maybe to the highest level possible, right? He's combined that with a passport and the fact that he speaks these languages. He's going to do good. He's going to do really well. In these South American countries and whatnot. He's going to do very well, maybe in parts of Europe, but he doesn't have any game, bro. So he does better than an average dude, but I would say his game is 5 out of 10 on a scale of 0 to 10. I would say his game is average based on this conversation. Again, I never kicked it with Casey. I ain't never seen him out in the trenches, so I don't know how I'd be acting in the world. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, Fresh's game is undeniable. Like Locario, Fresh co-signs on Locario. I ain't never kicked the Locario, but Locario's game, according to Fresh, is undeniable. And I just, I listening to Locario, I understand. I get it. I believe this dude's gonna make it happen. I would definitely go on some player partnership with Locario. I won't have no problem about him fucking something up. But it is what it is. And Brother Christopher was saying, which isn't a bad game, to be honest, but he cannot debate Locario. If he's ever done what Locario can do, not bad game, to be honest, if he can't do what Locario can do. Yeah, he's definitely he's out of his league trying to holler or have a debate with Locario. That's why I'm like, just call this a conversation, not a debate.
Some
Casey,
guys
you
smash
just-
hot girls, and some
you
guys
just-
smash ugly chicks.
You just proved my point.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that
Yeah.
some guys have to wine and dine to get hot girls, and some guys don't have to wine and dine to get hot girls. That's it.
Well,
Okay,
what do you don't?
hold on, real quick, because I see where this is going. Don DeMarco, run through the list. He says, 1 second here. He says,
Yeah, read your super chats.
can you guys see it?
Let me hold on. I think there. Did you just add something? Do I add something to the stage or?
It says, chat.
Yeah, Act, you're right, man. Yeah, he came in hot to the debate, and then he tried. He got derailed. He came in hot. Locario derailed him. True, and he tried to patty his way out. Sometimes you just gotta take the L, bro. Like, all right, I lost this one. You know what I mean? Like, I lost this one, and then just begin to learn. There's a lot of common ground between pickup artistry and what Locario does with his game, call it true game. There's a lot there, and you can learn a lot from someone like Locario. You got Locario and Freshers, you can learn a lot. I think Casey was more worried about how he looked as opposed to getting to what real game is.
Make sure you are in proximity of women. Join communities of things you like. I joined a co-ed soccer league, and I have a new female teammate.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, what I'm saying. One
don't
guy
see-
who gets hot women because
It's every 3 months. Talk mates every. Fresh media moms in the chat. Yeah, got you, bro.
one
don't
guy
see-
who gets hot women because they're sexually attractive, which is me, and one guy who flies overseas to fuck hoes, which is you. That's what we're talking about.
Well, actually, we have undeniable amounts of evidence. I have a Google Drive of maybe, I don't know, 5 to 10 gigabytes of me hooking up with girls, kissing on girls, girls dancing on me, girls loving my company. I have a lot of X-rated content as well.
I know, but
You
that's a
have
lot of
photos
but
of ugly girls.
this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's a
you-
lot of Uber rides. Call it, Casey. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Like,
If-
what I'm saying is,
If I have
Casey,
to
this is what I'm trying to
sacrifice
say.
Uber rides,
Wait, Casey, how old are you?
36.
36. Okay, I'm 43, right? So
Yeah,
I've
if
been
I-
to
If I have to pay
Brazil.
for an Uber,
Huh?
and I get to like, bro, if someone says you could smash her and not pay Uber, or you could smash her, but you gotta pay Uber.
I'm not even
and
attracted
dinner.
to that woman that you're holding. She too skinny for me. She ain't got no titties.
Okay, you said this. You said
Yeah,
this one
no.
was attractive. You said you
Yeah,
found
because
this
she
one
has
attractive.
a body and she has a pretty face. The girl that you're with, she ain't got no butt
Casey,
and she ain't got no titties.
she got
She's
out,
got
bro.
no butt and no titties.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where? hold
we need
on.
some out. So we're niggas, bro. Niggas.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And Fresh, that's my point. Everybody likes what they likes, but see, Casey's still trying to prove. But bro, I have all these hot Brazilian girls that love me and who do this and try to peck me
All right,
on the lips
silence,
when the
silence,
video's on.
silence,
We don't
silence for 1
care,
second.
Casey. We don't
Silence for-
care. We
silence
don't
for 1
care.
second. Yeah, silence for 1 second. Just for 1 second. Just watch.
Casey, we
see-
don't care.
We'll see the flat booty.
That's
We'll see-
she
yeah,
gave you the grandma
see-
kiss. We don't care.
We'll see the flat booty.
We don't
We'll
care.
see.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
no
saying.
titties. Perky.
Casey,
B-cups,
this is a waste of time. I don't.
Like even that part right there, if you were watching the video, like Casey's like just kissing out on her cheek. Did you look at her face, man? It was more no like, come on, man, get off. Get off. I mean, you can when you post these receipts, people who understand game, man, they analyze and they looking. And they're like, bro, you trying real hard to get these. I see you initiating kisses on the cheek and all that with these women, but I don't see these women coming after you. Right. So I get people gonna look at that and see it like, all right, I see you with her. Right. If half the dudes in the chat, like it's like 10 people in the chat right now, man. If we all jump on the plane right now, or if I came up with if I was able to transport this Star Trek stuff, like transport us to Sao Paulo or transport us to Lejeres Park in Colombia, man, in Medellin. Hey, bro, you will be astonished how friendly the women are, how beautiful and feminine the women are. And all the women we come across, probably 80% of them in the game. They all trying to run that game. They're trying to get you to take them back to your hotel so they can get some money out of you. And it used to be pegged at Colombian pesos, and now it's paid at US dollars. So women are over there running game. Now, there's plenty of women over there that will just like you and want to hang out with you, and they don't want to run game at all. Right? So it's easier over there. You're an American in a South American country, bro, easy mode. Easy mode. And then it's like, like Casey is really leaning on the pictures. Look at me with all these girls, pictures. And it's like you're trying to say, well, because of these pictures, you should respect me and I should be held in high esteem. Nah, we got to go out, bro. I got to see you in the trenches, man. Let's get on the battleground and see how you handle these women in this country. Because how you handle, if you can pull in America, you can pull anywhere. I've said that a million times on this platform. So like, I don't like American women. Why? You said you like big booty Latinas, bro. There's tons of them in America. Millions of them in Dade County. 500,000 of them in Broward County. Beautiful. What are you talking about? Well, these American women are just too feminist and this and that. Man, that ain't never been a problem for me. And it shouldn't be a problem for you. I thought you was a player. Because that's what people respect. Man, you can make it happen no matter where you go. That's what they respect. That's what they respect, bro. Mac was like, yeah, cringe, bro. Schmeebles, bro. He was like, I was halfway through waiting for someone about the reaction with Casey, just as you mentioned it. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, it was just waiting for, it is. Like, I was just halfway through writing someone about the reaction. I mean, bro, man. Blowing up the girl's spot, possibly. She's out there trying to do her thing. Now you got to post it everywhere. That's another thing, too. A lot of women's like, man, I ain't gonna mess with me. Turn that camera off. Right? The girl in the video really don't want to be kissed. Those receipts are the only showing that she doesn't like him like that. And that's Brother Pitney, and that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, bro. I mean, it is what it is. I want his business to be successful. Right? And I think it's great that, that he is able to do what he's doing. But this was a bad look, man. This is a bad look. Smashing girls is 100% at least easier in another country. Even me in Australia and going to the USA is pick up on easy mode. Girls love exact facts. I say that all the time. When I go to Japan, last time I was in Japan, bro, it was crazy. The women were just, in the culture, the Japanese culture is insane. The minute you say something, bro, they come over and start talking, bro. South Korea, same way. Right? And we only went to South Korea because I served over there. I hadn't been there in a long time. And we went to South Korea, went to Japan, went to China. Right? But when I'm in any country you go to, any place in America for that matter, bro. I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio, bro. When I go to Michigan, I get on. If I go to Idaho, I get on. If I go down to Texas, I get on. Like wherever I go. Like right now, man, I can go to Houston right now. I get on. I can go to DC right now. It's because you different. They know you new. You ain't from here. It changes up the game. Women know, like, oh, you ain't from here? You live here now? Like, nah, I'm just here to visit, here for business, da. Bro, she might do some things with you that she wouldn't normally do. So it's all about being different. You ain't from there. And if you got a little bit of game from wherever you come from, bro, that goes a long way. Australians in America getting over. Brits coming over here in America getting over. Irish, the Scottish, like the Germans, they come over here, bro. They getting on, bro. But it's the same thing over there. Whenever I go to UK, man, oh my God, man, they want to holler at you, bro. They know as soon as I open my mouth, they know I ain't from. Oh, you're not from here. Oh yeah. I always say, yeah. I guess I'm a bloody Yank. Is that what y'all call us? Right? And then they start laughing or whatever. We just start talking or whatever is on. Then they start taking you to their pubs. They take you to their people, introduce you to their girls. Like, oh yeah, it's like, oh, hey boy, she proper a proper. What? How did he say? It was like, hey boyo. She was like, Sheila over there. She propers no, she fancies. That's what she said. He said she fancies a proper shag. It was his homegirl. She fancies a proper shag. I looked at him like, what? Like she wants to have sex. I'm like, oh, okay. So went over there, started talking to her. Like she fancies a proper shag. I'm like, man, I thought we spoke English.
I don't care.
Okay, she got some ass.
Oh, yeah,
don't
no
care.
ass whatsoever. Oh, yeah, flat ass. Yeah, no.
I don't
nothing.
care.
Oh,
Casey, this is what you're not understanding.
She's disgusting.
I don't care that you like Zendaya. I don't care.
You just tried to roast me because saying that I don't get hot girls, and she said you had no ass. Then when I show the proof
Casey,
that she does have a nice ass,
Casey,
you say you don't care.
You're tricking. You're paying for it, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Bro,
That's why we try. This is why I try to tell you guys.
tricking, bro.
The game is not about women. I don't care. I don't want to see your
tricking.
archive of women, fam. I don't care.
Everybody in the chat would pay this girl's $10 Uber to actually smash.
Yes, because they're simps and tricks, just like you, Casey. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, guys. Understand something.
You just called every man on the planet a simp and a.
Here's the thing. Casey just won't latch on to it. That woman, that young girl right there, she's fine. Just like the other one, they're fine. Yeah, beautiful women in Colombia, beautiful women in Brazil, right? Beautiful women in Peru and Argentina. Oh my God. One of the finest women I ever came across, Argentina. I'll tell you a story one of these days. Beautiful women, right? In Venezuela. That woman he's sitting next to right there, taking that picture of, she's fine as I don't know what. Trust and believe there's a dude in her life that she pays stuff. It's like she'll buy stuff for. There's a dude in her life where she will take a bus or have one of her friends drop her off over at his house. Trust and believe there's a dude somewhere that she done took out to eat at a nice restaurant. That's all Locario is trying to say. That's all Locario is trying to say. And for Casey to sit here and say, well, like, come on, DL Saint, come on, man. When you pay for a $10 Uber to have her come over the house and smash, who says she's coming to smash? Is she really going to smash? What else does she want? What did she set me up for? If she's really into me, man, she'll come to the telly and cook me dinner just because she's into me and then go back home or go to work or whatever. So it is what it is, man.
Trick. You realize that, right?
No, I call the guys who are paying for women's Ubers who they don't know tricks and simps. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, bro.
Absolutely.
You just called, 80 to 90% of the male U.S. population is simps.
Facts.
Yes, they are. They're not. Most guys are simps and tricks, and most guys don't have game. Why do you think I've been in business for so long? See, this is why I tell motherfuckers that they have to learn game, because if they don't, what you're going to do is you're going to be pulled by these women who are going to be ruling you. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all.
Checkmate.
Listen.
Does it look like they rule me?
Yes. You just told me that you said, well, you got to figure out where she wants to eat. Then you got to buy her Uber. And then that's what you said.
And here's the next thing. This is not the shit on Casey, but here's the next play. Here's the next scenario. Those beautiful women he keeps showing pictures of. If those women were to hit him up, like, baby, oh my God, my mom just hurt herself, or I need X amount of dollars to handle something or whatever. I made a mistake, baby. Can you help me? Again, because the dollar is strong. Can you send me, $50? Can you send me $75? That's the question he should have been asking his chat. Who in the chat, or one in the chat, if you think Casey would send that woman $100 because she messed up some money, or because her mom can't pay the light bill or whatever. $100 here, $50 there, $75 there. It's not, again, if that's how you roll, if that's your game, I ain't mad at it. But that's the point that Locario is trying to make. You're so stuck on this. Like, I wouldn't pay a 3, I wouldn't pay a 4, I wouldn't pay a 5 a dime, but a 7, 8, well, a 9 or a 10, I'll go ahead because because she's beautiful and she's Colombian. I'll go ahead and send her $50, $100, $75, whatever it is, for things like that. Or just she messed up on the phone bill, so let me send her that. Or she got a parking ticket, so let me send her that. That's what Locario is talking about. That's the game. That's how it starts. And again, if that's how you move, I ain't mad at you. But the real play for those beautiful women is they don't need the money. They don't need the $100, $75, $50. And they're doing this. They got maybe 10 guys lined up, and they're all getting money from these 10 dudes. And guess who they sharing that money with, or who they spending that money on? The dude that they really like. That's the game. That is absolutely going on in South America right now, Central America right now. Absolutely, it's been going on in former Soviet bloc nations. It's been going over there in Poland, Ukraine. It's been going on in where's the war going on right now? Russia is fighting Ukraine on Romania. So my bad. So Ukraine is where the war is being fought, but I was thinking Romania. It's been going on over there. Lithuania. It's been going on over there. Right? Women have, I mean, that's just how they run it. So that's what Locario was saying. If a woman is really into you, fellas, I can't just drive this in enough. If a woman was really into you, fellas, you ain't gotta pay a dime, man. She gonna come see you. She gonna pay your bills. She gonna come over and cook for you. She'll come over and cook food for the whole week. She'll come over and make a casserole. She'll come over and make the steak that you like. She'll come over and make whatever, bake a pie. If she's into you, that she'll do that. And if she can't bake it, she'll buy one to bring it to you and apologize. I'm sorry I couldn't make it myself, but my schedule got backed up. So she don't want nothing. That's what Locario was trying to say. That's the difference between pickup artistry and treating attractive women different than you treat everyone else in real game. Like real game don't care. Real game doesn't care about beauty. Right? Real game doesn't care about beauty. Let's listen to a few more minutes and we'll wrap this up.
I don't like. You have to take them to a nice offer.
Bro, this is I'm the nice offer. That's what I'm trying to. Casey, you have to take them to a nice offer because you're not the nice offer. Let me ask you a question. What are these women doing for you?
What are they doing for me?
Yes. What are they doing for you outside of sex?
Check this out, guys. Listen to this answer.
Blessing me with their joyful, youthful, feminine, supportive, energetic presence.
Support. What do they support you with?
Oh, if I'm ever a little bit down on myself, they support me. They give me compliments. They provide stimulating.
So you look for women for emotional support?
I don't need a woman for emotional support, but when women are like truly in love with you and they're like willing to die for you, and they have this kind of like they worship you, and like if they ever know that you had a bad day, they're like, what can I do? I'll do anything. I'll come over, I'll suck your dick, I'll give you a massage with this. That feels good. Yeah, it feels good to know that somebody in this fucking world cares about me. And if I've had a bad day, she wants to suck my dick or do anything to make me feel better.
So the things that women, just what I'm saying, outside of sex, what does she do outside of sex? Like there's no sex. Like you got a girlfriend, right?
I don't have a girlfriend, no.
Okay, so you've had a girlfriend before, though.
Yes,
right?
I have, yeah.
Okay, so how long you and your last girlfriend were together?
About 1.5 years.
Okay, so now for that 1.5 years, when y'all are not having sex and y'all are just hanging out doing non-sexual things and non-sexual interactions happen, what is she doing for you?
Oh, she's out of the house. If we're not fucking, I kick her out, dude. No, I'm kidding. Bro, I'm kidding. We enjoy each other's company. Masculine and feminine is like a yin and yang, bro. I don't know. It's kind of a weird question. I would think as a dating.
No, but this is what I'm saying. It's not weird. It just shows. This is what I'm saying. When you put women's beauty, physical beauty on a pedestal, this is what happens. You don't require anything else from them because it's surface level. This is why I'm asking you, what does she do outside of sex for you? And you can't even come up with nothing. You just say, oh,
right.
Houston, we have a problem.
That's the thing. Right now, he realizes, like, man, we got a problem. He couldn't answer the question. Locario is talking about a value add. If you're dealing with a woman, that's your woman, y'all in a relationship, however that relationship looks, it's a value add. He's talking about the value add. There is no value add with the Redbeard. It looks like all he wants to do is smash. That's what he just wants to have a bunch of women. Cool. He just got into the candy store. He's out here just eating up all the candy that he likes. Fresh talks about a value add all the time. We're talking about a value add day one. When women say, well, how do I get a top tier guy? How do I get a high value man? You got to add value to that man because that dude is rare. You're going to have to do something, right? It's a value add. If a woman loves you, it's going to be a value add. She's going to, again, we're talking about, taking care of you when you're sick, helping you clean up the house. When you get in a relationship with a woman and y'all really, whatever y'all agree to, I tell dudes all the time, don't lie to women. If you out here smashing other chicks, make sure she knows, she signs off on that. She needs to understand that this is what you're doing and she wants you. Whatever it is, don't cheat. Right? Cheating is an easy way out. Tell her what's going on. Let her agree to be with you on your terms, right? Once that's been established, however it looks, that's your woman. Right? Beyond sex. Sex is nothing. You get that anywhere. Right? It's about the value add. Cleaning the house, cooking for you, making sure you're getting to sleep, reminding you of important events. Hey, babe, don't forget, so-and-so is going to be in town in 2 weeks. And you said that you needed to be, you need to get your tickets to their speaking engagement. Did you get those tickets yet? Better yet, I already got your tickets. She's running your calendar for you. You're out here networking your butt off and she's over here running the calendar, making sure that you don't forget or miss opportunities going to help grow the business, right? That's the value add. She knows what kind of clothes you wear, right? She knows that stuff needs to go to the dry cleaners or whatever, and she's taking care of that for you, right? When she never embarrasses you, when she's out with you, she's looking immaculate. She looks like she's regal, and she's working the room with you. Again, value add. This is what you need. We got Uncle Luke in the building, bro. What is good, fam, with the $10 super chat, man? Appreciate you, man. Happy New Year to you, brother, man. We still got to link up, man. What's the deal? What's taking so long, bro? Let's make sure we link up before summer gets here, man. We can hit up Love Jones, bro. That's the R&B joint. They don't start until the end of this month again. But yeah, we should hit that joint up, man. It's like when I traveled outside the US and M-Way money, women, I never had problems, and it was legit. Either way, let's go Buffalo. Yeah, man. Buffalo. I think Baltimore beats y'all next week. I think they beat you next week. And I don't know what you were writing in here, man. Oh, meet. That's what it was. It's like when I travel outside the US and I meet women, I never had problems. And it was legit. Either way, let's go Buffalo, man. Appreciate the $10, man. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, bro. Like, if you got game in America, man, you good anywhere, bro. You good anywhere. And I think Baltimore. I think it's gonna be Baltimore, and Kansas City, and I think Kansas City is gonna beat them and go to the Super Bowl. I don't know what's gonna happen on the NFC side. I really don't. I don't know what's gonna happen on the NFC side, but good to see you, bro. But yeah, man, like it needs to be a value add, and these pickup artists, they don't understand that because again, like Locario was saying, they don't go deep enough. They don't go deep enough. Looking like, nah, the Bills gonna win the Super Bowl. Hey, if the Bengals was in the Super Bowl, if the Bengals were in the playoffs, I'd be screaming who they right now. Right? So I feel you, man. I love real fans, man. I'd be screaming who they right now. I get you know what I mean. I scream for love. But I think that I don't think Kansas City is gonna get stopped on the AFC side. I just don't. Lamar Jackson looking good right now, bro. He looks unstoppable, bro. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. As always, I think whoever wins the AFC is probably gonna win the Super Bowl, but we'll see. Let's get back to it.
I'm masculine, she's feminine, and that's that. I'm talking about specifics. Like, what is she doing?
I mean, bro, like they cook and clean. A lot of Latin women cook and clean. I don't know, like Fresh. What do we do when we hang out? We shoot the shit and we enjoy each other's company.
Fresh is not your girl, though. I'm talking about what is your girl doing?
Same thing. We enjoy each other's company.
So you and Fresh is equivalent to you and your girl?
Pause, nigga. No. Let me come up here. What he's saying is
Fresh. It's time. Listen, no,
you
Fresh,
big
time to
dummy.
clean the world knows about us.
Wait.
Tell him this. Tell him what really happened off camera, Fresh.
Listen.
It just went all the way off the rails. Like I said, Casey knows what's going on. Casey knows he lost this conversation. And brother Christopher's right, man. He is using all the manosphere buzzwords. It is what it is, man. It's. I see what he's doing, but it really shows. Is like, bro, his game is basic at best.
Pause.
This what it is. You and your girls laughing.
You got jokes.
He's saying for your girl that's in your life, what is she doing to add value to your life other than sex? Which means is she actually going to help you with work, for example, maybe with a project? So he's saying his girls help him with a lot of stuff in his own life.
Right. I'm just asking you, what is she doing outside of that? Or let me ask you, I'll ask you a different question. What have you taught your woman that they didn't know before they met you?
Ooh.
Oh my gosh. So many things about why feminism.
Ooh, that's important too, fellas. Like, women love to be taught things. They love to be, led. If you're a man and you can teach a woman something, bro, and she's like really listening to you and learning, like, man, that's shout out to Locario for that question.
And woke culture is really toxic.
So what makes it toxic that you taught your girl?
What makes woke culture toxic?
Or feminism and all that other stuff. What did you teach her?
that feminism is a movement that is cancerous, that teaches women to hate men, that it teaches women to be masculine, that it destroys the nuclear family, that it's going to create a generation of lonely
Or red pill
cat women
talking
who
points.
have entitled and inflated standards, that none of their arguments are based in fact. I mean, what else, bro? Like, what tangent? Where's this going? What's the?
No, I'm saying what has that done for her to pour back into your relationship?
I don't know, bro. Maybe the next time some TikTok influencer, she's scrolling on Instagram, whatever, starts, yapping on some feminist bullshit. Maybe.
But see, Casey, this is the reason why I'm asking these questions, because I'm trying to illustrate a point. What I'm saying is, when you have surface level relationships, this is the type of interactions you're going to have. And what I'm saying is that if you're teaching guys, right, how to date, right, and how to deal with women, what's going to happen is that you're going to be teaching guys how to deal with women on a surface level interaction.
So why don't you tell me what, reverse question. What do you get out of your girl besides sex then?
Right. So basically,
I'll be your student. I'll learn from you.
Right. So basically what happens is that I have a thing called a program. So what my program is the way that I actually live life and how I structure my life. And then what I do is I implement my women into that program. So for example, since I'm a coach, right, and I do a lot of live streams, podcasts, I write books and all that other stuff, right? I've had my women edit my books for me, put out the links to get the money for the business, right? Help me with coaching with other men, all these other different things, right? They help me with a product that I promote that I actually have on my website that makes money. So all I'm saying is that what have you done to implement the women in your life based on what you do? And it doesn't have to necessarily be business. I'm just saying, what is it? Like, what is it going on where they're adding to your life and you've taught them something or taught them a way how to live with you? Okay. That's all I'm asking.
So, I like everything you're doing. I plan to do that at some point as well. Integrate the girl in my business, have her do all types of, customer service, customer success. She opens emails and whatever, decides which emails are relevant to me, manage my inbox. Most of the girls that I date don't speak English. Some do. Actually, the last girl I dated was a bisexual lawyer that spoke really good English. But yeah, that's definitely like in the plan and the horizon for the next girl I date for sure. And fuck, what else was I gonna say? Lost my train of thought. Yeah, but I've had girls do little tasks for me. Yeah, I mean, listen, the last girlfriend I had, she worked full time, she had her own thing, and all types of little favors or little ways she could support me that she could. She'd clean once in a while. Was she my main like housemaid? No. Did she cook for me every night? No. If I needed like a little errand to be run or something like that, so they definitely do little things for me. But
all right, we're gonna have to leave it there. Shout out again to a fresh take. No, was it a fresh start? Shout out to a fresh start podcast. That was his CEO channel. He just changed the name, but if you haven't gone over there, check it out, man. Just type in a fresh start to come right up. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so over there. This was solid. That was solid. I mean, and it's good to see the two trains of thought. You got pickup artistry versus true playerism, and a dude like Locario. Yes, Locario does this thing like that, open on both ends, the poly, whatever you want to call it, they swingers, whatever you want to call it. I'm not with that, but dude knows how to come in, holler at women, right? If it is, and another thing too to realize here, guys, like, when you go from being invisible to being visible and you start to get out there, you get into the streets, you start hollering, right? At first, it's always going to be about the smash. You're just going to want to smash. It's all about the Foxy Brown. That's what you're going to be focused on. But this is what I told Fresh this. I tell everyone this, especially the younger guys. At some point, that shit gets old, right? At some point, the sex loses its power, so to speak, right? It's not as important. It drops down on that list. You feel me? Brother Ack, we'll see you, man. Appreciate you, fam. Peace. At some point, it changes. You're gonna want more than just sex. So if you're out here and you are a student of true game and you understand human nature, you understand male nature, you understand female nature, and all that stuff that goes with that, you're going to be better suited to find that woman that's going to help you get to the next level. You're going to be better suited to find that woman who's going to do those things that he was just talking about. Help build with you. Like, what do they say? Get into your frame or whatever. You're going to find that woman who's into you. And more importantly, you're going to be able to know that she's into you because you're gamed up. You're going to be able to see it. Right? So if you out there getting it, get it. You out there smashing, smash. I ain't mad at y'all. But just understand there's more to it than just that. I appreciate y'all, man, checking me out. Again, shout out to Fresh. Shout out to Casey Redbeard. Check him out on his channel as well. Shout out to Mr. Locario. This was a really good conversation. I went like 3.5 hours. I normally only do 2 hours, barely, but, we had to talk about this. I'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, bro. We're going to be talking. I got some stuff lined up. We're going to be talking about some more in this vein. We're going to get back to basics, bro. We're going to get back to talking about this. We're gonna stick with the red pill stuff. We're gonna stick to how to become the best version of yourself and why. Thursdays, we'll do a little bit of politics, but I think we're gonna stick with this moving forward. Appreciate you guys coming over here and support me, man. I do appreciate that, Uncle Luke, with the super chat, bro. $10 super chat, brother Casual Germ coming in with the $10 super chat, man. Really appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. We're going to stick with this subject matter, guys, and we're going to continue to help dudes become the best version of themselves and get out here and get seen, right? I'm just, there's so many invisible dudes out here, bro. We want to show them that they can, in fact, be seen, but it all starts with you. Starts with you, man. No one else. You can't be someone else. You can't act like someone else. You're going to have to be that dude if you're trying to come up and pull yourself out of the bottom 80 into the top 20. And that's what we're going to talk about over here. So I appreciate y'all, man. It's late. It's almost midnight on the East Coast. So take care wherever you are. If you're on the West Coast, thoughts and prayers are with y'all, bro. Hopefully these fires will be under control here over the next few days. And no matter what you're going through, guys, remember this, man. Always, always, always continue to push forward. Never give up. Push forward, man. I'm DL Saint. This is I Really Want to Know podcast. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.